Yeah, no, when I was talking to Mel, I said something like late Saturday night or something like that, and that's when she said something about golfing with her, like golfing all day and being exhausted. So I figured Sunday was that's what it was, but without hearing back, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna ask too, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, because I mean, she lives by herself. That's what I worry about. Like, I sound like such an old lady. You're like, well, she lives by herself. But, I mean, shit happens. And, you know,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd hate for anything bad to happen. That's why I would never
no, but
not,
right.
you know.
It's just one of those where I don't know. It's, I don't know. I guess it's the old lady in me. The old lady in me that's like, poof, what's going
Like we all kind of get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we all know everybody's behavior. So, like, somebody that's in and out all the time, and we don't hear from them. Cool, that's your pattern. We all follow each other's patterns. Let's put it that way. We're all pattern recognition
Right.
people. It's like you haven't followed your pattern.
Right. Right. Yeah. No. 100%. Yeah. It's funny because we do kind we do kind of get used to that stuff. You know what I mean? Like I get you. You know, I just say it like, but some of people don't talk as often as others.
Mm-hmm.
But even Alex was like, I need a mental health day. Goodbye. Like, okay, cool. Thanks for letting
Yeah,
us know.
yeah, yeah. That's it. I
At least
don't
we know
need
you're
that.
okay
Well,
and you
like
just
even
needed a
with
day.
somebody that I don't want to. Well, even with Gretchen when she was saying, "Hey, I'm moving, not gonna be around." Like, oh, okay, cool. No one's worried. You know what I mean? But like, you
Right.
just dip, and I'm gonna be. I hate wearing hats. This is my problem. My head it itches my head, and then I get overstimulated. But anyway.
I get that too.
Yeah, uh-huh. It's like a love hate. Like I'm like, oh, I'm warm, and then I'm like, now I hate this. But anyway,
Yeah. I wish I had one that was like t-shirt material or something.
yes.
I think half of my stuff is like I can feel all the stitching and like the tags and all like where they used to be, and doesn't matter how good you cut them off. And I got a love hate relationship with them too. Mostly love
maybe
them because
that's
they're cover up the bald.
maybe that's well, yeah. That's the problem here. See all that shiny? That's not. That's where my hair's falling out. My hair's falling out.
That's
No, I
the
get it. Yeah.
default. It would be
Well,
horrible.
now I don't have to worry about that is the one nice thing when I'm just like I'm done. I'm done trying for a long time. Maybe I'll grow it back out at some point, but probably not for a while. I was done.
I get you.
Yeah, you just get
All right.
tired of
You
it.
think we should
Dye it purple.
at least give us a good?
Well, I
good-
could, but I've done that, and then it's gone. It grows out within like a week. But whatever. I mean, I used to dye purple all the time, but I could. I think I still have purple dye.
Yeah, I won't go darker because it makes the scalp more visible.
It does, but my hair is dark. But yeah, I just don't like the shine right on top of the dome, because then you really can see where it's like, oh, this is not. Oh, maybe I ought to try this. Hold on.
They have that colored like the fiber like powder that you can use.
Oh, I have that.
Oh,
It
you can't
didn't-
even hear
it
me.
didn't- It didn't do shit. No, I can hear you.
It didn't do anything.
Oh no! It
Okay,
just,
I
it
wasn't
didn't- No, I have that, and I have I actually have like makeup I can put on my head. No, no. Miller in that one
That's too much
interview where he
No,
like
I
painted
just-
a hairline on himself.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who do that spray paint stuff. I don't necessarily think that they're like, I don't know, like not. I don't know if it's a specific like nationality thing or whatever, but I know there's a lot of people I see it do it online. They do like the crown line and through, and they put like a little color, like a darker color in
Oh,
it,
like
so
where
it's
they
more like
airbrush it?
defined.
Where they airbrush?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That just washes right off. But yeah. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
if it continues to thin out, I probably could do like the little dots. You know, where they tattoo dots on your head. Probably would do that at some point, but it's hard to see on here as much. Some of it is just my hair's going gray. So like, there's patches of gray, and it doesn't look, you know, it looks more translucent, but it's definitely falling back out again, which sucks because my hair fell out last year. And then I don't know if it's from the bowel obstruction, that whole thing, or if it's from iron deficient, what it is. You know what I mean? So we'll see. If it comes back, it comes back. If it doesn't, whatever. At this point, I'm so tired of the roller coaster. Like I got my hopes up. I was trying not to, but I did, and
I get you. That's why I said, like, I'm just letting it go until I can't anymore, and then it'll be I'm never gonna be like Trump with the bald spot or anything like that. You know what I mean?
No,
Or
I've already
I'm not
shaved
gonna
it.
like. It's still at a place where I can wear it, and it's just like now it's just thinning. But I'm not gonna like try to make it like crazy looking or anything, or try to deter it that way.
No,
But
this
once it gets to a
is-
point where I'm just gone.
This is my solution. Is just we're gonna rock this, and that's probably it. I mean, as long as it's the front hairline stays, I'll be okay. But we'll see. I mean, because you can thin like all the way back here, and you have that front hairline, you can hide a lot. But yeah, I just got tired of when it would get a little bit longer, it would look so much thinner. That's why I was like, I'm cutting it. I'm done. So done. Absolutely done. So, I mean, it is. I'm gonna probably hate it in the middle of the winter, but right now it's not bad. Somebody's requesting. Should I let him up?
Sure. I don't know who it is.
I don't either. We'll see. Hello?
Hello.
You know, for your beauty.
Hello?
See your best the way you speak. You're in the bottom two. I can't go home now. I mean, this is not happening. Vagina. Another impressive week. Judges love your style.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I don't know what just happened there.
I don't either.
Well, I'm not going to take your line or anything, but let's get it started, and if something fun happens between now and then, we can go for there.
Okay.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
almost cool.
Welcome to the Unconsenting Governed. I'm AJ,
And I'm Nova,
and
and it's going to be a good day.
yeah, we're off to a real great start. Only a half an hour late. So good. It's fine.
It-
Nah, I mean, it's all good. What are you
I
gonna
mean,
do?
technically we were here,
We
just
were.
not together.
Right.
It's all good.
So it's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah. It's so what I didn't know if you had if the fact checker was ready, or if you wanted to possibly say that we could have people up and chat for a bit.
I mean, we can have people up in chat. The fact checker is not on my phone.
That sucks. Shoot, dang. That's right. I forgot it's on your. Isn't it on your computer? God dang it.
Yeah, it's on my
Ah.
computer. And I have to do updates on it because I haven't ran it in a hot minute. So I gotta get back on there and do some updates. But
Okay.
I will work on that tomorrow. We can get some stuff going. But
But yeah, so if anybody wants to come up and chat, we can do that. The other thing, did you see what I sent you about, oh dear sweet baby Jesus? I just opened up MSNBC. Mike Lindell is going to be running for a gubernatorial race. It's fun.
oh yeah, he's running in Minnesota.
My pillow guy.
Yeah.
fun.
He's running in Minnesota. He's trying to take Balls' seat. He doesn't even live in Minnesota.
Okay, how is that legal?
He's not even registered to vote in Minnesota. So I have, yep. Tabby knows. Tabby lives in Minnesota right now. I don't know.
How does that happen? How does that work?
I mean, that's the other thing. So, this is a whole sidebar, but I kind of was like trying to do research on, because you asked the question about the election and all
Oh,
the
yeah,
things
yeah, yeah.
that he's trying to do, and like declare marital law and what will work and what actually doesn't work, and like, and so I was arguing back and forth. I was like, yeah, but like he wasn't supposed to be able to start a war either without congressional approval. So like, what are all the rules? They're fucking out the
Yeah,
window.
no, and like that's why I was like, I'm not doing the illegal thing. I'm literally asking, like, what do we think he's going to attach it to? Like, we got to start thinking proactively. You know what I mean? Like, and that's more where I'm thinking that the Democrats are constantly on defense, constantly coming from behind, constantly trying to figure it out after it happens, not thinking ahead, like what's the most likely pathway that he's going to use, because he's going to have to use something. Like, he can't just, he's not a king. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he can do some EOs, but I mean, there's certain things he can just do willy-nilly. Obviously the White House is a goner at this point, but there's certain things he can get away with. But each time he's overstepped his bounds, and SCOTUS has reeled him in. The only thing that he listens to, it apparently, is SCOTUS, because. But
Yeah.
that was more my take. It was just what is the most likely pathway for him to take to make this happen? We know where he's going. We can all see where he's going. Where this isn't a shock. How do we think he's going to do it so we can start to educate now?
Yeah, so like I would say the most in order would probably be just because of all the stuff he's already said about the election and China and all those other things, and Iran, to Iran already hacking the water companies and things like that. My assumption's going to be that he's going to try to say, like, lock it down as a national emergency because of Iran and their ability to hack, and then declare martial law and law enforcement, and then like stop the certification of any results and or the election altogether because of the national emergency.
Okay.
That's my guess. There are a lot of laws. I pulled up some because I was kind of curious and like what does what, but they all go back to like the Insurrection Act. But he can't do that by himself. But nobody stopped him from starting a war. So like, what alone? The National Emergency Act. He can't do it alone, and it doesn't stop elections. But what stopped him before? The Stafford Act. Yes,
I
but
think
there
he
are
tried the national emergency, so I don't think he's going to try that one again.
the Stanford Act. Yes, but there are conditions, and there has to be a federal disaster response.
It's
And
almost like they don't want us to ever stop elections, because you shouldn't be stopping elections. It's weird.
yeah,
It's weird how that is.
right.
That's
And there's a
something
whole bunch of like everything else is like, can it be invoked without Congress? Was like one of like the strong categories. It was all like, yes, but no, but, and it's like, well, none of these even really freaking matter.
Right. My whole thing is just I think okay, here's what I'm getting at. I know structurally, even with the January 6th chuckle fucks, they cannot, like, when we think of martial law, we think of what happened in Germany in 1930s, right? They don't have nearly the amount of people to do that kind of intensive situation. They have the cameras. We all know that they're doing that. That's, yeah. But what I'm saying is that I think it's going to be a very different form. Like, in other words, it's not going to be like what happened in Germany, where, you know, you did something and they would drag you out back in your backyard and just take care of business right there and dig a hole. It's not going to be like that extreme, but what I feel like is that he's going to, they're going to do everything like they do it now, half-assed and quick, fast, and in a hurry, unthought through. So that's why I'm saying we're the smarter ones. You know what I mean? Like, these morons they only half-ass things. Look at the Patriot Games. That looks like a fucking high school field day.
Yeah, so honestly, I was expecting it to be very Hunger Games-esque, in like the things that they were going to like challenge these kids on. Like I was expecting him to try to find like the next American warrior of sorts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was
Yeah.
really expecting
I
it to
wasn't
like
expecting-
narrow down. I wasn't expecting kickball. Are you kidding me right now?
It's giving homeschool kids field day is what it's giving. you
Oh
know?
my god! It's like it was like recess.
Yeah. I was like, what
I mean,
the
I went to a
fuck is this?
Catholic school, so that was just recess for us.
Right.
Like that wasn't a competition. I mean, we had competitions, but like it wasn't. We like doubled off or whatever and just joined teams most of the
That's what I
time and
mean. That's why I was like,
whatever.
what in
I
the
didn't usually
fuck?
play most of the time.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I was like the sports freak.
Yeah, it's bad.
I was the sporty one.
I didn't. I didn't like to play at lunch because there was less rules,
Yeah.
and I didn't like to get hot and sweaty at lunchtime, right after I ate.
I get that.
I got overstimulated
No.
and couldn't sit there the rest of the day. And then also everyone stunk the rest of the day and pissed me off. So
Yeah. Yeah, because if they're middle schoolers, man, those kids are ripe as fuck.
yeah, and they're not like most of them aren't at the age where they're like they require deodorant for like just existing, but like strenuous activity they do, but they just don't put it on yet.
No, they don't know to.
When the boys were little, just because I wanted them to get used to the idea, we used to buy them like the travel ones.
Yeah.
Like they
Oh,
fit
that's a
perfect
good
in their little
idea.
armpits,
I should do
and so they
that.
would put deodorant on ever since they were little.
Yikes.
Get used to it because you're gonna
Yeah.
be the rest of your life. I mean,
Yep. Oh, the worst. Okay, so
stop them.
little side note. So, little pro tip: anybody that has a similar appliance to me, a little situation down here, little bag action. I use deodorant on the outside of that bag. Fucking amazing. Like the spray ones, the new ones that don't have like aluminum and stuff in them. Yeah, definitely work for that too. Like, so I'm like hosing myself down, like head to toe every morning. Like, not only do I do this, but I'm like, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we sweat in more places than our armpits anyway. Let's be honest with everybody. To be honest with each other, so like putting it in any crack or crevice you may sweat in that could leave some aroma, might as well.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying everybody should bathe in this stuff like they're a 13-year-old boy either, but I mean, we can find a happy medium. Let's do that.
Right. Right.
And like the deodorant sprays don't smell as bad as like Axe body spray, so you
Oh
should
yeah,
be good.
no. This is that dry powder spray stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's awesome. Well, everything okay
Oh, yeah.
there? So
At my house,
Yeah.
it sounds like so. It sounds like they're my Great Dane has one of those actual bones with like the marrow in it.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like she's just
Yeah.
dropping it onto the floor.
Nice.
Because she does it like she'll bring it to you,
Yeah.
and then you'll hold it for a second, and she'll want to lick it while you hold it for her because
Of
she's
course.
lazy.
Yeah.
And then like she'll move too fast, and it will just go flying, and you're like, oh okay. It's just a repetitious thing that happens all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't even register.
Yeah.
I didn't even register to me as annoying.
Right. Well, it's just
I get it.
I was like, what? Did something fall next to you or something? But yeah, no, I.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? Go ahead.
Oh no, and that okay. No, it just reminded me too. Since we've talked last, the other thing that makes this whole election thing a little bit more scary with the emergency acts and everything else is Todd Blanche is the AG now.
That's true. Yeah. That.
So that's like,
Yeah.
so there's a lot more. It's like stacked. 100% the deck is stacked. Like we're effed.
Yeah. I do think though. That's why I was saying I wonder if our purpose here is to explain the how, so that when all of us watch it happen in real time, that enough people have been affected by this particular regime that people put it together. I feel like we're already almost there. It's just people are still in that, like, I can ignore this for X amount of time. Once they realize they can't vote their way out of this, I think it's going to get real bad. I do. Because I think that's the last vestige of hope. To be completely honest, that's the last thing that people are holding on to. And I think they think, okay, it'll be fine because we can vote and we can make a different choice. As a country, we've always had that ability. And I think when they realize that they no longer have that chance and that option, shit is going to hit the fan quick, fast, and in a hurry. And because they half-ass everything, they are not going to have the resources to be able to lock us down as much as they would like to. Because they don't have the National Guard numbers. They just don't. That's, I think, was the plan from the jump, and then we got distracted because, the place that isn't real made us invade the place that I walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to say names because, then we get taken down. But but it's one of those where I feel like once that leaves the chat, because think about how many people on our side that are like, oh, but it'll be fine. It's us that's delusional, right? Well, guess what? When that shit hits them square in the face, because they can no longer, they'll realize collectively they can't vote their way out. It's gonna get ugly fast.
But at the same time, maybe that's what we need.
I do. And
you know what I mean? Like, I hate
propel us forward because we have all the info. We know exactly how they did it.
Yeah, I think that there's I think right now we're like, well, we can wait until this, we can wait till that, we can wait till this. Like, no one's gonna strike, no one's gonna do anything. But if they're gonna take away
once,
and I'm not saying it has to become
no
violent or anything like that, but that's when we can just sit down.
It's just gonna be a will.
Like, we could all just sit down like we could all just go outside and find not the main road. I'm not saying don't sit in the road, but like the sidewalks, the busy streets, all the downtown areas, and just sit. Like we're having a sit out.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think that is, because think about, like, okay, so we think about people on the left, and I'm not trying to call people out, I'm not trying to start shit, I'm just saying, the group that consistently comes after us, it's the Amanda's Mild Takes, it's Park Rose Permaculture, it's Hawk and his chicks there. Anyway, I think that they are literally still under the delusion that we will be able to vote. We aren't. It's already rigged. I think at this point, his numbers are so low that it will be incredibly apparent. And instances where bots cannot show up to parades, they cannot show up. So it's apparent.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see the so we're kind of just now getting through the primaries and seeing how things go, but I'm going to go back to like last week we talked about El Said and I forgot her name already because I cared about her so much. But like, okay,
Haley
so like
Stevens, yeah, the bridge troll.
Thank you. I was like, I totally drew a blank.
Yeah.
But like, so we saw that big race and how that went out. What's going to happen now that it's just him? Like, what results are we expecting to see? Are we expecting to see like a full-on Mamdani tsunami go through with the blue? Are we expecting to
I say now that Harris
with like the other blues joining the blue team? Are we going to see some of the blues just sit out because that's been a thing that everybody's been talking about? Are we going to see the blues vote red? Like, what is the big plan? Like, come on.
I'd say
and obviously I don't want the blues to vote red. I just I want a better picture. I want to hear what these people are saying. I would love to anybody who lives in Michigan or any of the surrounding areas. We talk regularly to a few people who live in Texas, so we kind of have an idea of what's going on there with James Tellerico. But any of the other big states, like, I'd love to talk to anybody who lives out in any of those in a very high conflict state. And like, what is the plan now? Because we're having a really hard time getting people to rally around James Tellerico. And Ken Paxton's your alternative. Like, are we gonna have the same problems in Michigan? Are we gonna have the same problems anywhere else? Like, we at home here in the great horrible state of the armpit, Ohio, are having problems getting people to agree on Amy Acton is better than Vivek Ramaswamy. You know what I mean? Like,
we got somebody coming up.
All right, come on down.
All right.
Hey there, welcome to the show.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Gee, I don't know what went wrong with my microphone, but hi.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
This is, let me just say this real quick. I do apologize. The Liberty Network is somebody that I have followed for quite a bit, and what they've been trying to do and their goals for people align with what I'm trying to do, and just to be invited by the Liberty Network, just thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to have you on here, and I'm glad to hear that you align with the same ideals that the Liberty Network does, and us here on our show as well.
I'm actually trying to do something, I guess along the same lines with an initiative that I'm trying to get support for. I'm not sure if you're aware of what I'm trying to do.
Oh, why don't you tell everybody about it so we can everybody can be in the know?
Okay, so first and foremost, if anybody would like to, my website is unitedhumanevolution.com. That website is going to present phase 1 of an initiative that I'm working on. It's called the United Human Evolution Initiative. And that is exactly what I'm trying to gain support for, to build for humanity. Now, I want this to be a worldwide initiative. With this being said, it's going to be basically brand new communities from the ground up, based on human rights, civil rights, women's rights, LGBTQ rights, disabled community, and all other communities alike that are tired of the bullshit. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And they want to work hand in hand with people from all over the world to move humanity forward and write our own legacy instead of the select few at the top that have held us down for so long. Enough is enough.
No, that sounds pretty much exactly like what we're doing here at the Liberty Network, and I will definitely take all your information, after this and stuff, and talk to Dylan, who will be interviews and stuff like that. If you haven't talked to Dylan already, amazing human. Dylan will get you all set up, help you out in any way she can. I have a lot of that information myself. Tabby, if you're on also, but we can set up some more information with you, get some information from you, set you up with Dylan to have a call, see what we can do, see how we can align, and if there's anything we can help you with, and vice versa.
I think you met with Dylan before, right, United?
I'm sorry?
Have you met with Dylan before?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get her on that.
Hey, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to add one more thing, if I could, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
absolutely. Go ahead.
Along with the building of the community, I can't even talk. The mission statement for the United Human Evolution is the Trident of Rights. What that means is we want to be able to purchase capsule homes and or build similar sized homes as well. And those are going to be provided to the people rent-free and mortgage-free. As I said, that's a Trident of Right. Housing should be a basic fundamental human right, not reserved for the luxury or select few that view it as a privilege. The food, we want to construct sustainable greenhouses powered by wind and solar to produce locally sourced food, free of toxins and free of chemicals, to real food. Water, advanced water treatment facilities to bring clean drinking water, not just to the UHE communities, but all outlying communities as well. Healthcare, we want to build all-in-one healthcare facilities for humans, fur babies, feather babies, and scale babies alike. So a human medical facility and a veterinarian facility. all in one. Every type of test, every type of imaging that you can imagine, because they're family too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anything we can do to help out. We always live by the rules of help all those people who have less than you and who cannot help themselves. So women and children and animals, their highest priority, and the elderly as well.
100% agree with you.
I'm trying to. There's another program. We'll have Dylan reach out to you as well. But there is a program, Actum. I don't know if you've heard of it yet. It is ran by Christian Ventura. He's actually a TV star. He plays in a few movies and things like that. But he started a lifelong project to bring universal housing to everybody. His program's called ACTUM. It's a nonprofit. I look into that too, because they're already starting fundraising and investing in building apartment complexes and housing and stuff also. So just something really cool to look into if anybody has a chance to do that.
I'm actually looking it up right now as you told me.
Yeah, Kristen is a pretty cool kid. For anybody who doesn't know, he plays Simon in School Spirits. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that show, but it's a really good show. But I caught him on here and doing a little bit. I don't want to say like advertising, 'cause that sounds wrong, but he was just talking about his nonprofit and what he plans on doing for the future. So
awesome. You have no idea how refreshing it is for me to be aligned with people that have the same goals in mind. I don't have the words, but what I do, I'll let you know. But once again, I can't thank you guys enough for inviting me on this panel and hearing me out. So thank you once again.
yeah, absolutely. I said we'll get Dylan in contact with you to kind of go over some more stuff, and get your information and see if there's anything we can do back and forth. But I'd like to think that even though we're not, top 100 people out there in the world, but I'd still like to believe that we are the majority, in that we believe in equality and in humanity, and we want to live in that world where we're all living life to the fullest and providing for each other and helping in every way we can, rather than living in the world that we're seeing on a regular basis, full of hate and all that stuff in front of our eyes. So
I will say this, that the elites, for lack of better terms, have done an amazing job at brainwashing and indoctrination of the people for so many generations to make them believe that this is the norm, to make them believe that bigotry, sexism, racism, division, hatred should be the way of the world, which it is not. And I thank social media for finally unraveling the truth and making people see that that's a bunch of BS.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's the exact thing too. I thought a lot of when this platform and others have been repressing people's content, and then the way they were bought out and everything, and you almost have to search for information and post about what's going on in different countries, because they don't want you to see that all of us, and I say us peons because none of us are in charge, but all of us peons from here, the peons from other countries, like, yes, you have your outliers, but most of us just want to live and just live our lives and don't want to hurt anybody, don't want to do anything, but want to like not have to worry about medical bills and food and shelter and clothing and what's going to happen to your kid and all that normal stuff. Like, we just want to live life, and you get one of them, like, shouldn't have to spend our whole lives worrying about all this stuff and not being able to go play catch or build a garden or teach your kid how to, do something. Like, it's stress and frustration and everything else. Like, no one gets to do things that they enjoy in the way we could.
You know what I think really burns my cookie with what you said, and how do I put this? The people that are in charge of certain corporations and entities that they are the mind frame, do as I say, not as I do. And that correlates with what you said, because if they have a family emergency or they just want to take the day off because they want to play catch with their kid or whatever it is that they want to do, they will leave and leave you there cleaning up and doing what you're doing and whatever the case may be. But if you, let's say that you have something to do with your family and appointment, then you're scrutinized for it. Oh, if you don't have PTO, this and that. But they get to do everything in the world, and a lot of people get fired and scrutinized for just looking out after the family, exactly what they're doing. But like you said, they look at us as peons. So then we get the short end of the stick.
Yeah, absolutely. It happens a lot when you think about it. I mean, everything down to, vacations and corporate world, like what they take off for holidays versus what the people underneath them take off for holidays. Think about going places and traveling for different time frames and spring breaks and things like that. Like it's a more extensive list than we can even think about it and on a regular basis. It just sometimes it doesn't hit you in the face until it hits you in the face.
Yeah. All of a sudden you're like, oh.
And you're 100% correct. The thing on that is also, and I want to add something about the not caring about the people. One small little story. I went to Walmart earlier after work. I was just gonna get some creamer for coffee. That is it. Now they have the surge pricing over here in our town, and when I go after work, normally when I got off early, I went there and a bottle of ginger ale was $4. When I usually get off of work, it's $1. It's stuff like that. And what people don't see is, yes, that's surge pricing and they see it for what it is at face value, but they're working the system to price everybody out of absolutely every commodity, and that's across the board. They're pricing people out from having fur babies. They're pricing people out from food, and that's been a topic of conversation for quite a while now. I do understand that, but they're really ramping this up big time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I mean, if somebody can honestly explain it to me, like I'm 5 years old, why our vision and dental aren't included in our health insurance.
I have no idea. And it's so annoying because like your teeth can kill you quickest. So
yeah. Well, if you can't see, you run into shit.
Yeah,
If you don't take care of your teeth, it leads to heart damage. Like it's all related.
Teeth will take you out, man.
Yeah, they will.
Mm-hmm. Let's try to get the little like thing to work. It's dead. I was like, why is it not working? It's dead. Oh.
Yeah. Tabby said I just bought like 2 weeks worth of groceries with the whole month's food budget. Uh-huh.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like at that point.
I got like a pair of shorts and a thing of underwear, and it was like $42. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
oh
so
my
like
God.
we as a family usually make the time when we live in a state that does no sale tax weekend for like back to school, and it's a lot of like clothes and shoes and all that stuff. They don't do sales tax on it, but that's just like, I mean, my kids are 18 and 19 now, but that was been a family adventure for the last few years of restocking underwear piles and socks and the whole nine just to get everybody set up. And I was like, $22 for 3 pairs of underwear. Are we kidding right now?
Yeah, I think I paid 18 for a six pack, and I was like,
What?
You know what pisses me off even more about that though? Talking about buying just simple necessities, underwear, stuff like that. But what pisses me off more is the pink tax that they put on products, the same damn products for women. Like, absolutely ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, we had the comparisons and stuff like that around the house, just to laugh about because it's insane. But like, even if you look at razor blades, like you can have like the man version of like the Chic Quattro something something, and the women's version, which is the same exact thing but it's in pink, and it's like $5 to $10 more expensive
Oh yeah.
because it's girl
Exactly.
colors.
Yep. Shampoo's even worse. Yeah.
Even like the shaving cream and like the same exact thing, different bottle. Everything is I don't understand the markup.
Well, what I believe, and this is my personal belief, that was the soft beginnings of everything, of a statement that they were trying to say that they hate women, which was more than apparent when they did Roe v. Wade, the overturning of that. That went full scale. We hate women. So that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that
think it
was
to
definitely the
undermine-
icing on the cake.
I think it was to
As
undermine
far-
privacy, honestly, because that applies
Yeah.
to all of us, and it undermines, like, that's why flock is legal. That's why, because we don't have a right to privacy at all. That's why Mitch McConnell can just dip and nobody can ask any questions. Oh well, I mean, he has privacy still because he's a senator, and that's where we're at the two-tiered system that sucks. But yeah.
Yeah, the taking away any privacy stuff too, but it was agreed that it was also a middle finger to the women.
Oh, absolutely. They got two birds with one stone. I mean, why wouldn't they?
Exactly. Yeah, and I say it all like it all started, as soon as women noticed that they didn't have pockets and started talking about it, they were like going to take.
Yeah, that's the best part about it.
By the way, I want to ask really quick: is language a problem on this panel or no?
I don't. Well,
I don't have any, just be respectful to other people, but whatever. Just don't get us booted.
yeah. That's the
No,
only
no, no,
way
no.
it's
Of course not. I was just asking. Different panels have different rules. I just wanted to see what was what. That's all.
No, you're good.
One other thing with the two-party system that you mentioned, that is a bunch of BS. And once again, that's some amazing brainwashing that they made us believe that you need a two-party system in order to have checks and balances, which we now know was a bunch of BS. But with my initiative, what I plan to do with the communities is we're going to be governed by what I call skin in the game. So what it's going to be essentially is two people are going to be in charge of every department. Let's say public works, public health. There's going to be a man and woman both in charge, subject matter experts, if you will. No Democrat, no Republican, no party affiliations. Now, the only thing that's going to be inclusive is the women's health department. That is going to be ran strictly by women. Men to me have absolutely no say in women's health. Men should not be an OBGYN by any means. So that's going to be the point. With this governing structure, let's say like the Department of Public Works make a decision to the community and really brings down the quality of life in such a nasty way. They will be removed right then and there from their positions, and two more subject matter experts will be voted in to take their place. I'm not going to stand for this. Because you got voted in by the people and you have an 8-year term, you're going to be allowed to continue breaking every law imaginable and doing all this corruption and getting away with it just because you get to live out your sentence, your term. Not going to happen.
Yeah, no matter what happens, in the future, we do need to do the ability to recall. I don't care if we have to stick to a two-party system or not. If we build out, and we honestly haven't had it. We've had a two-party system by name, but not by definition for a very long time. Because you think about like MAGA now, they're not actually Republicans. They're MAGA. the Republicans that had morals moved into the Democratic Party, and now they're the centrists, and they kind of moved over. So like it all flexes in a way. But if we have a two-party system by name, then we definitely need to go have the ability to recall no matter what. And now it has to be within. It can't just be like the day after recall, but it doesn't have to be super long term either. But every single office from bottom up, because we have no way of getting people out except for voting in the next election, or Luigi.
Right. Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love that. That was awesome.
I mean, if there's a third one that we'll talk about, but there isn't one. I mean, we set the guardrails in such a way in this country. We thought that our founding fathers thought that the Constitution would be upgraded and we would have a moral compass attached to it. And that moral compass has disappeared. So the more people who have been allowed to run for office, and not just him, I'm talking years and years back when people were doing things and shady things and allowing insider trading, but go back even further and other things. But when that moral compass no longer held as part of the parties, as part of a mandatory fail-safe for the country, that's when we started going down and finding all these I guess they have found the loopholes, I guess is the only way to say it. And we the people haven't built loopholes in return against them.
Well, here's what I will say, if you allow me to. On the document for the Declaration of Independence, that's of any type of moral compass, especially by the people that wrote it, because the vast majority of them were doing the exact opposite of what they wrote in the Declaration of Independence, for them to mean what the document was supposed to mean. Meaning the certain inalienable rights are the same people, the vast majority once again, that had slaves, and they kept violating them, and they kept doing this and doing that and doing everything but allowing these people to have the certain and inalienable rights they wrote about, and so on and so forth. So I cannot hold that document in any type of moral compass.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we can argue that the founding fathers clearly had an idea, but the way they went about it was not great. And it was their saying, basically, we're not going to be like them. But they didn't really do a really good job of not also being horrible at the same time, if that makes any sense. So, like, we're not going to be Britain, but we're going to be just as bad and corrupt on this side, doing bad things over here. So,
well, King George.
So while they listed,
Italian.
yeah,
to remind you of our
you're right. But I mean, it's like the 27, like the 27 grievances or complaints, they listed them and said this is why we're not that, but like we've reestablished them as law. Like a lot of those complaints. So we didn't really do a good job.
Yeah.
It's the right idea, the wrong people, I think.
Let's see what are the grievances.
It's just it's just like yeah. I know, it's just the it's like the same moral. Yeah, I gotta look it up now.
Yeah.
It's just it's like the same the grievances as like basically like priest, I guess, for lack of better words. You know, like this is the I stand here and I say all these things and whatever, but if you're still doing bad things behind the curtain, what good is it?
Well, but at the same time, I mean, okay. So hard in the sense that, like, how would any of us have dealt with things? Like, in other words, my chat history and my freaking internet search history is not, it's lost to time. Probably why the millennials are safe, if you really think about it. Because, like, if we think about it and we apply that same kind of lens to the founding fathers, like, how many of them were truly god awful, but how common was that? You know what I mean? Think about, like, the culture that we grew up in, like, because me and you know, we're about the same age. The fuckery that was going on that, thank God, wasn't caught on film. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're judging them based on today's standards and with information that we now know with hindsight that is, like, stronger than 2020. And it's a little harder to apply that to people that lived in 1775. You know, 1776.
I want to say I agree with you up to a certain point, and this is what I'm going to say. Holding people to certain standards for the sheer definition of humanity, that's a blanket, those are blanket standards. So based on that, you can hold anybody from any time period to the standards of humanity. Now, everything else, that's, you're right about that. That depends on the era. I do agree with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a rock and a hard place, you know, like it's kind of going back to using religion as the example. Like, people are dead convinced that, you know, if you don't take Jesus as your Lord and Savior, then you're going to go to hell. But what about the people who don't know about Jesus? Like, what about people who live in other countries and they're never taught about Jesus? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So it's like the same kind of concept of, like, if everybody didn't know it was wrong because that's what was considered norm at the time, then how do we judge them?
Right.
I'm just stuck in this rock and hard place on, like, sometimes it's hard to judge people for, it's like little kids and putting their hand on the stove and stuff. Like, your immediate response is, you know, why would you do that? Well, you know, all the other things, and or even, like, why would the parents leave the stove available for their kid to put their hand on? But sometimes it's shit that happens. It just, I don't know, it's a really big rock and hard place for me. I could see it both ways. And I'm not making excuses for it, but I understand, you know, I mean, like, you think about it, even like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, oh man, I'm aging myself. In the 80s, we'll go back to that, when everyone was very anti-LGBTQ and everyone was convinced that AIDS was only transmitted through gay men having sex, and that mindset, and there was a whole bunch of people who put a giant, like, you know, hatred on the gay community. But what have we learned since? People who don't have a problem with them now, but, like, because of that mindset back then, of that's what was known and feared, can you blame people who weren't educated and didn't have the resources to know differently at that time?
That's kind of what I
From what you just said, no.
Yeah, so it's just and I hate using that as, like, as even an excuse, because it's such a horrible place to go with it. But, like, you know, that's the way it. You know, that's the way it. I have nothing but, you know, respect for the older out crowd of the gay community who had to go through that and had to be a part of all of that and deal with it and see everything happen and get chastised regularly long enough for the next generations to be able to just be out and loud in public and keep going. But there'll be one point in human evolution and in history where we'll look back and be like, I can't even believe that we thought that was something that people should have stood for or against, or how could you even treat people like that? And I'd like to be that far in the future mentally, but we don't have enough education to get people there yet.
Well, not to mention the fact that what is going to be the standard 100 years from now, and people are going to be judging us, and we should have just known that aliens were going to come on this year. We have no fucking idea what's going to happen next week at this rate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we hope that our character stands up, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, compared to standards that we don't even have conceived yet. Like, they couldn't have conceived that 250 years from now that we would still be a country. Like, they're thinking they might have a good 80 to 100 year run. Like, you know, maybe if they can get it off the ground. So it's hard in certain aspects. There are definite things that should have happened differently, and there's no arguing that. But like in quite honestly, the indentured servant even system was terrible in itself too. But that's actually how the country started at the same time. Like, not owning people, but the indentured servant method was actually how a lot of families got here. That's how a lot of people came to America, at least from England. So, and then it evolved from there to horrible stuff, and that's not what I mean. But you know, it's just, I think that sometimes it's easy to judge people. Like I'm saying, it's easy to judge us now based on stuff, but I also can sit here knowing that the shit that I pulled when I was 20 isn't on film because nobody had a camera. You know what I mean? So I just didn't get caught. You know what I mean? That's where I'm saying it's like, it's hard, it's easy to judge people, but most of us didn't get caught. That's it.
So then the question becomes, what standards do we want to create for the future generations from the education and from the experiences that we've been able to study throughout history to make a better future for our future generations? I'm sorry, I can't talk tonight.
You're fine. No, that's exactly it. I think that's the point I think we're all at right now as a country. You know what I mean? Like, we're all trying to do our best in building those platforms and building those morals up and having those conversations with the younger crowds so that we aren't in the same place 20 years from now than we are today. We can't. We could push them to the people who are in charge, but we can also push back to our generations below us and tell them this is why, because. And I think we're kind of, as much as we are in the very early stages of that revolutionary thought pattern, I think that's where we're starting planting little trees, I guess, for lack of better words, at little thoughts to make it better. I mean, I know that, like, my kids and teaching them the things that I had to teach them and the things that, I taught them to be better men is very different than the things that my dad taught me. So on. Like, you just keep building for that better future, one piece at a time.
100%. And that is the wonderful thing about humanity itself, and it proves even more so in this conversation right here, because the art of the discussion, and I say this almost in every live because somebody brings something up that makes me say this, that the art of the discussion is something that has been all but lost throughout time. People want to get, it becomes an argument at that time. So for the next evolutionary phase for humanity, or one of them anyway, is to bring the art of the discussion back, because as we've all said, as we've all sat here and talked with each other, we've brought different ideas, but similar ideas to the table. And now, with stuff that you guys have said, I didn't think about before. So now I'm going to get off this live later on and think, well, they told me this. Okay, they told me this. Okay, I can implement this. I can think about that. I hope. And it's going to take a community to come together to build the next phase of humanity. If you want to call it right, wrong, standards that we were just talking about. So that's what I love about this.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of one of the best parts of all of this, just being able to be together on and have those conversations. Because I think the main takeaway from all of us in the different groups and things and networks and systems, the main takeaway is pretty much all the same as far as morally, ethically, like let's make it better. It's just the little pieces of how we get there, just really saying the same exact thing. It's just I liked my wording better or she liked her wording better.
Semantics.
I think we get into that a lot in the little groups. Exactly.
Semantics.
So like in the middle of our arguments, we scream same team and then like stop just to make sure like we know we're not even like we're actually saying the same exact thing. But I think that's a lot of what happens in all the groups. We want what's best, but we just like the way I worded what's best better. better.
Team, that is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do what you have to do in your everyday life to avoid not avoid confrontation isn't as it's not productive anymore. Like you could have conversations and that stuff and have debates and about anything in the world as long as they're they come up with something, you're doing it for a reason. But when you're just repeating yourself over and it doesn't really.
I'll be back.
All right, go for it.
Good.
But when you're repeating the same thing and you're doing the same over and over and over again, it doesn't really get you to an end point. So anytime we have all sorts of weird family rules, but anything we can stop from fighting or arguing and not like violent, like just bickering over stupid things, I'm all for it. The world's hard enough. I don't need to turn my own team against me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, when people talk about arguments and heated discussions, I'm like, what does that really do? That pisses both parties off. What just anger and resentment, and absolutely nothing was solved.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, if you can have a debate, that's the one thing I hate about. A lot of the time, what the cameos where they go back and forth on and like almost like a roulette style shows. I don't remember what they're called, but they get like heated discussions and debates back and forth, and they just basically argue, but they're screaming at each other. It doesn't really get anybody any.
Meet the Press, where they're like, no, Bill.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about I think because of the C, and I'm totally losing. A lot of like big influencers go on there, like Dean Withers and.
Yes, it's Crossfire.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe one day.
Yeah,
we'll
they're
make
just
it
like
there,
you're just like. Yeah, I'd give it a shot. I'm not that great at arguing, but I am. Don't let my family would tell you differently, but
I get too passionate.
I just don't like to be lied to. Yeah, that's the other thing too.
Yeah,
but like,
I get
you can't just make lies.
Yeah.
For stuff like that. But that's not really solving any problems because you're not changing anybody in that room's mind.
No, I agree. Oh, there we go. There's that time of the day.
I knew it was gonna happen.
I got that invite link, so I'm gonna message you, United, so you can get that invite link to meet Dylan.
All right, appreciate it very much.
We'll have it in just a minute.
I gotta
Okay.
Thanks, Tabby. Yeah, did we
Jacked
lose?
up.
Are you still there, Adam, at all? Just your face is
Hello?
gone.
I can you hear me?
This happens. This
Every
happens
time.
like every night. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to fix the background.
One of us
as
talk.
usual. I might have to. Well, hold on. There we go. Swear. There.
Oh, I went black on the other phone too.
Did I come back? By the way?
There you go.
Hey, that's cool.
You're
kind of.
on the one that I'm actually working on. I can see you fine. So
Cool.
if not, you know,
There we go.
it'll be great for later. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
And that
I like to have conversations where I reframe things in a way that makes more sense. About like the bathroom ban and trans people, instead of having it be about trans people, have it be about privacy in general. Like, why are the bathrooms wide open systems? You know, I like to make it make sense for everybody's safety, or for it to make sense in bigger, broader terms, because people focus on one thing and destroy the whole argument that way. When same with the locker rooms. I ask everybody who has that argument about locker rooms and trans people, and I ask you as any of your classmates. I guarantee you 90%, if not more, would say that was like getting changed in the locker room with everybody else you went to school with. So like maybe it should just be a little bit more privacy orientated, because that's the worst time of year in your life, and high school, and picking on people. You know, dudes are worried about being hairy in all the wrong of other problems to worry about, things not being big enough or too big, and people judging them in all this sorts of ways. Like, maybe we should just make it so that it's not a hostile environment in the first place.
Yeah.
And you get people thinking about it in a different way, and it kind of deters their initial thought into a broader problem thought, and it helps sometimes.
It really does. I can't disagree with that. But I believe that's a two-part system. I do fully agree with everything that you just said about making it more private and making it more
I have the best, most
safer for all
private
parties involved.
bathroom situation. That you just reminded me about it. So at the Cincinnati Contemporary Museum of Art, this is the literal bathroom situation. I'm gonna see if I can.
That looks like
That's what it looks like.
straight out like Stranger Things.
It does, but like it's so private. Like you go
Yeah.
in there and you lock, and it's got like diesel ass locks on it. It reminds me of like a cubby hole situation from like an art class in like elementary school. But yeah, that's the bathroom. I don't know why that's not the standard. Notice how nobody can see a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Sorry, that was my soapbox
I'm
moment.
all for it. I think we should just have single-use bathrooms. You know, you go into public bathrooms, and I don't care what gender you are, you want to go in because let's say you're nauseous
Yeah.
or nauseated, and you just don't feel great all that day, and you just have to go pee, and you walk in, and someone's taking the worst-smelling crap of their life right then and there. Like, in general, you just don't want that to be a part of your life. Like, smelling your own family is one thing, but smelling rando stranger number 7 who's just had Taco Bell and beer for like the last week, like, I don't want to.
Yeah, nobody wants to deal with that at all.
Yeah, let's just be a little bit more private about things, and like let it be a thing. And I don't know, maybe one day we can reframe enough of the same arguments all over the place to make it better. But the other one I always use is why are government officials making laws about healthcare decisions when they don't take a Hippocratic oath or the physician's pledge?
Well, not even that, but their healthcare is on a totally different tier that regular people will never see. That's the other thing too.
That's why when we
Yep.
push universal health care, we have to start with Medicare, Medicaid, people who already have it because they're already in the system. It'll be easiest, and force them, president downward, to be on the same plan, because that shit will get fixed if they're stuck having to abide by the same rules.
Yep. Yeah. And the other thing too is that we need to get, okay, here's the other, now we opened my, so one of the things that people don't understand about long-term care is, yeah, Medicare and Medicaid pay for parts of that, but one of the things that they have tried their best to like worm their way into is the marketplace as far as like making managed care for Medicare and Medicaid. So basically you're still turning over all of your money that the government is paying in premiums and the control to the healthcare insurance companies without the knowledge of what you're actually consenting to when you buy the plan, because you relinquish all control, and the people that treat you at facility level have relinquished that control. So now, instead of us who is treating you making decisions and deciding what's best in you, like what how we can navigate the system based on what's best for you, we've now turned all of that control over to the insurance companies and trust and believe that they take full advantage of it all the time. So that, but we have to regulate it heavily. But that's the thing, is that that's the other loophole. We are wasting so much of CMS money on basically returning it back to the insurance companies instead of keeping it in the system. So, and if we're going to do it, we'd have to rip the Band-Aid all the way off. We cannot even have managed care plans, because that's the angle they're going to come from next. I can all but guarantee it. If we go Medicare for all, we have to go across the board, and it can't be, it has to be regulated to the point where insurance companies cannot have that much power at all. So.
Oh yeah, I don't think we should have insurance companies basically at all. And Medicare, the Medicare for all encompasses all health care, from eyes, ears, nose, mouth, teeth to mental health, all the way down. None of this pick and choose your body parts for your freaking health insurance, but also pharmacy and everything. Like, it has to be the whole package. But in order for it to be sustainable, it almost has to be done in tiers, which is why I said we'd almost have to start with the Medicare, Medicaid recipients. You can go with anybody over this, that the Medicare age, and anyone under 18, start with that group, that population first, and then move into the next groups, just to get us all, because it's going to take, it wouldn't be tomorrow everybody's got free, universal paid for health care with just a giant tax incentive, with increased taxes for everybody across the board. People wouldn't be able to sustain it that way. It'll be a big fight because the people on the bottom still going to pay more for taxes. They're still going to pay more for health insurance. If you do it in a tiered system, the rollout would be cheaper, so it would not put so much financial restraint on the lower class people, the lower paid people, should put it that way, in the way that if we try to do it for all. Because the people at the top aren't going to start with the giant tax, tax the rich taxes enough to pay for it all. Kind of, you'd be fighting fire with fire. You have to do it in almost like two waves. Mm-hmm. Increase their taxes, but also start at a smaller population and move your way up.
Yeah.
Hey guys, really quick. Once again, thank you guys so much for having me. I do have to go really quick. I'm going to start my own life for a little bit, and I hope to connect with you guys down the road.
All right.
All right. We appreciate you jumping in.
Hey, you guys take good care of yourselves, and let's do this, huh?
Yeah, one day at a time, right?
All right, you guys take care.
You
Right.
too.
Bye.
See ya. All right.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to explain, but I try to do the math both ways,
Yeah.
and it would basically bankrupt everybody in the middle to lower class to do universal health care without increasing taxes for the rich. But also, if you increase the taxes on, it has to be, it doesn't have to be, but in order for it to get passed, because those rich people are also the people passing the laws, and it has to be at a reasonable amount.
Right.
Like, we couldn't go tomorrow and start that 95%. Like, they'll never go for it.
We'll have to we'll do what they did to us and put them in a freaking frying pan and turn it up slowly. I mean, fuck them. Fuck
Exactly.
them. That's how I feel about that. That sucks that you're going to part with more of your money and you could still eat. I wouldn't know what that's like. You've only done it to me for the last fucking 30 years.
Either that or we just do reverse Hunger Games.
I'm down for that too at this point. Ugh. To me, it's, yeah. Well, like the fact that Ken Paxton, that this fucking thing is still able to run, is, that alone is mind-boggling. But like, you know, there's so many of them in each state. There's like Vivek, you got freaking Ken Paxton, you have, what other slime balls are running? There's so many of them on Team Red. And I just hope that one of two things does happen, is that if what we think is going to happen in the midterms happens, right, which is where they do their thing and they pull it out, people are going to realize real quick that they have lost the right to vote. And that is not going to sit well, because you know that the performative leftists are already like, oh, but we'll be able to, it'll be fine, we'll be able to vote our way out of it, guys, but it'll be fine. We already know that we won't. We know that. That's part of the reason why I think all of us have been down in the dumps lately, because we all see the writing on the wall, because we know, and we've been accepting this from the jump and trying to stop it. Instead of everybody else pointing at us and calling us crazy, it may have been effective had we actually had the help and the understanding and people paying attention to what we were saying. But I digress. The thing about it is that they're going to figure out that they can't vote their way out. And then what? Then what is going to be ugly for the people at the top?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people are going to wake up to the fact that they cannot vote their way out of it, and it's going to be a fucking nightmare for the people that hold the power. I think a lot of things are going to catch on fire in rapid succession.
No, you're not wrong. It almost has to be that way, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're kind of stuck at a place where we're kind of stuck.
We've warned you, and we've
with
warned
options.
you, and we've warned you, and you're going to fucking find out. That's how I feel like we're at now. Like, that's partly why I'm like, you know what? They didn't listen to us. And we told them, and we've told them, and we've told them. We told them nicely, and we've been kind, and they'll figure it out.
Oh, wow.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. I just saw Alex's post, and I was focusing on the reading, of what the post said. It wasn't until I made the picture big did I realize that Rosie O'Donnell reposted him.
Oh shit! Did I hit a? Oh my goodness! Yeah, let me put a heart on that. Good for him.
Yeah, I just saw it. Like, I misunderstood the assignment when I first saw it.
Me too.
But yeah, I made it big, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I would love to chat with her one day if she's ever out there and just hear all the stories. I could listen to her talk about any of the stories she wants to tell me anyway.
She's
but
one that I would actually really, really thoroughly enjoy just talking to. Like, there's a handful of celebrities like I would just like to just chat with. Like, not even in any way, shape, or form like to get any. Just because I think that they're interesting people and they've had interesting careers. She's one of them. To hear about like what was going on set on like in League of Their Own and stuff like that. Like, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, just listening to. Oh my God, leave her own. She just said something the other day. I just came up on my feed that they're talking, and this is allegedly, and she said, do not start rumors. But then she said that they are in talks of a Now and Then sequel where they're the grandparents of the next generation of kids and watching them go through it. It's like we kind of saw them as parent. Well, at least Chrissy as a parent in the last portion of the last one. So it would be like from their kids all grown up or whatever. But yeah, it'd be interesting. But yeah, I would anything from like all of her kids, the stuff she's been through. The fact that her publicist would like walk between her and her partners so that nobody thought anything because she couldn't come out even though everybody knew. Just all the things. Her raising her children, the youngest one, and how I know she's talked about it in interviews, but just to hear the positivity and the positive way she speaks of Clay.
Because isn't there one that has some issues with rugs? And
yes, there is one that's currently in jail, but Clay's the youngest one. Clay's the one that's non-binary.
Oh yeah.
And the half the reason they moved to Ireland.
Yeah, Well, I mean, I get it because I feel like it's like wishy-washy on like this week I'm scared, this week I'm not. This week, like now I feel brave again, now I'm not. Like it's a lot, but I do feel a little encouraged that I sent that video, right, about that chick was saying that there's a handful of, and it's probably from one of the packs, and I'm sure you'll probably with some research will find which one is putting this out. But apparently part of the reason why like with Amy Acton and some it's other, in order to bash the Team Blue that's running, they're running fake news articles, fake stories, and I think Amy might be one of the victims because it sounds very much like some of the stuff that she was saying, and then like the anti-trans stuff. But part of me isn't wondering if she was one of the ones, because they said that the article said that Ohio was one of the states that was having this issue. So I don't know why she avoided the luncheon like the plague, but I don't know. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, to be
I'm just hopeful that that's where the error is. I'm not saying that it is or isn't. I'm just hoping that it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Elon Musk has put $12 million in Ramaswamy and the super PAC in Ohio, so we're not surprised. But I wouldn't be surprised if she's not. Yeah, if she's not avoiding the issue because it is such a passionate issue in the state. Because we live, and I know your area isn't exactly Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's close enough that there are enough people there that area can be bluish. Toledo's bluish, Cleveland's bluish.
Oh, the inner cities are all blue, yeah.
Yeah, like the big areas. So we're like go out to the rural areas, and there are like I had to have a conversation not that long ago and live in Toledo, like down the street between where we used to live and where we live now, right in the middle is where these people live. And the mom is a substitute teacher, and her granddaughter was over talking about litter boxes in classrooms. And I'm like,
oh no.
I was like, we don't really have litter boxes in classrooms. And I had to go through that whole conversation. I was like, and they also can't go to the school nurse and get a transition surgery, right? Like, you do know that too. But they listen and they believe everything that they're spoon fed to the point where it's exhausting. Like, I had to have conversations like this with my family, immediate family, my in-laws, other people. Like you guys are so caught up on like trigger words that you're not even listening to the like how logical of this sentence is. And I like my sister-in-law, my wife's stepsister, is a school teacher, and like having to like, how could you even stand for this stuff? Like, you see what goes on in school. Like, how could you even like sit in the same room and listen to all those people have these conversations?
Right.
Like, it's a lie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's like I keep talking about my situation so much, because I want people to understand that this is a naturally occurring phenomenon. That people like me have always existed, and that this is not that controversial. If people are okay with me and understanding that this is not a choice that I've made, I'm hoping that it will bridge a gap and get people to understand that gender itself, your gender orientation, is not a choice for anybody. And I think it's so much more clear cut with in my situation being a genetic mutation, that people are like, oh, okay, well, not understanding that it's just not a far jump to understand that nobody chooses their gender, that this is something that we all develop a feeling about, and it either jives or it doesn't, and if it doesn't, you switch it to align. But that, and I cannot tell you how many studies, if you go back in history, and these are just of people that have known that they were intersex. There is a whole litany of people. I had to dig to figure it out. And I had, like, red flags all over the play. Like, I had every possible, like, oh, you have a kid with this defect. Oh, this is happening. Oh, this is so clearly a WNT mutation. And it's like, but people understand when it's a genetic thing. Why are they not understanding when it's just when it's a gender identity thing? I'll never understand that. Like, because I can basically boil it down to, it's not a choice for me, but I'm also not implying that it is for trans people. It's just, for me, it's definitively very black and white, but it doesn't make the rest of the community less black and white. It is, nobody's choosing. Like, there's not a choice being made. It's just, I don't feel like this is working for me. I'm going to change this. And that's okay. You're allowed to do that. I don't understand why that's a controversial take.
Yeah, and I guess I always just go down to, I always just narrow it down to a level, like, it's not in your brain.
Yeah.
It's in your soul.
Yeah.
Like that, people don't understand, like, and a lot of people, a lot of religions, a lot of even like soul, like witchcraft, things like that, those, every category of it, believe that there's something more than just our physical bodies is our soul. So at soul level, that your body doesn't match your soul. It takes people to a very different place mentally, in that.
Yeah, I can see that. And
it does help some, and then people just ignorant, and that's a whole different conversation. But
right.
But when you get into the soul argument, and you get a heavy Christian in your argument box, and I'm like, you said God doesn't make mistakes, and God creates the soul, but humans create the body. So you're telling people they can't transition and becoming who they know who they are in their soul. You're actually arguing against God more than you're arguing against that person. Because you put glasses on to fix your lenses, you get braces to fix your teeth, you get chemotherapy to fix cancer, but you're telling these people they can't fix their body that doesn't match their soul, and God made their soul.
Right.
And a lot of them go, whoa. And a lot of them just tell you to fuck off too, but I mean, it's just, sometimes it helps.
I can totally see why that would help, absolutely. But it's just, I feel like we're fighting about something that is a non-issue. what somebody decides to do with their own body that they were assigned is really nobody's fucking business. It's just the same as like if two consenting. Is everything okay over there, buddy? Sounds like
It's
your
a really good
ceiling's coming in.
Yeah, no, that's just what happens when you have a Great Dane.
Okay.
We have a
It's
gate in the
fine.
one hallway. We have a gate in the one hallway she refuses to go past. So instead she runs past the little dog in the crate, and the little dog gets anxious. So anything that runs or walks past her crate, she gets in full alert.
Oh, no.
So it just causes like a run and a howl and a barking match between the two of them. It's just my life. This is just where we live. I don't know
you're
why they're
fine.
tap dancing this tonight versus other nights.
It's all right. It's all good. I just was like, what is it just sounds, I think, in we don't have the context. So it just sounds like,
Yeah.
like, is there construction going on? What's going on there, bud?
We'll call
But
it
yeah.
a thunderstorm.
Right. But yeah, I feel like for me, like, it's so much, people are a lot more understanding, especially like my coworkers, because that's what I was nervous about. But like when you talked, like in talking with them and being like, there's nothing that I'm choosing here. I'm not on hormones or anything. My hormones are naturally made. My own body does it because I have this mutation. And it's one of those where it's like it clicks and they're like, "Oh, so if your body's already doing this, I'm like, it's almost like if you made the choice to take the hormone, it would do." Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
then they get it. Then they're like, "Oh." But there is one thing that I will say, and I touched on this in the group chat, and I'm going to say it here because I want to make sure that people know that if you are described, that the term for somebody that is born with characteristics of both genders is intersex. Do not use the term hermaphrodite. It is considered a derogatory slur. And do not get into a comment section and argue with people who are then telling you that they are intersex, because you will highly offend them. Or at least you could. But that is not correct. You are talking about plants and animals if you are using that other derogatory term. Do not use it. It's not funny. It's not cute. And do not Google it and then screenshot it, then try to tell somebody that it's the medical term that is also then an RN says it's not. So don't. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. Just take it and be like, okay, I didn't know. My bad. And move on with your life.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean,
That really, yeah, I was like, are you fucking shitting me right now? like, I am both of those things, and that is incorrect. Like, I was very angry for a minute there.
it's
It happens.
it's not funny that you said that, but so when that conversation was going on, Missy and I were out. I think we were at like Shoe Carnival or something like that.
Oh, I miss
And-
Carnival. I'm not near one. I need to find one.
Oh, come on up. We've got Shoe
Yeah.
Carnival and Big Boy.
I only have I'm about to. Shit. God damn it. Now I want frishes. God.
See, yeah, and I had Mel coming this way because they don't have tax-free weekend in Michigan. She's like, I'm coming down to visit you guys. Only like
Did you
20
not-
states
You
do
were
it.
going to tell me about the party apparently that you were hosting there in Toledo? God dang it.
Apparently, and it's Mel didn't come, but she said next year I am. So like now we have a plan. Next year when we find out when tax-free weekend is, everybody's coming in this direction. We're all gonna do something.
Well, you saw we were discussing today, or yesterday, that we all need a vacation. Like, yeah, let's pick a spot and let's just fucking meet up for fuck's sake. Let's just get an Airbnb, big old house, and just have a party. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, so back to the hermaphrodite thing. So yeah, Missy and I were at Shoe Carnival, and I was like, and I laughed out loud, and she's like, "What's funny?" And I was like, "So," and I told the story about it. She's like, Missy's like, "Well, we had like, we both knew that that's not an appropriate term," and I was like, "Yeah," she like, we just been too close to the Rainbow Rangers for too long to realize that that's not common knowledge anymore. And I just laughed about it, and I'm like, but it is. It should be, because I learned about that in Granted, okay, this isn't like necessarily like common knowledge or whatever, but that was in like human sexuality class I took in college. So no,
Oh,
not
yeah.
everybody would know about it. It just I didn't learn about it from the rainbow community, or from a certified ranger of sorts. But
Certified ranger.
yeah, the lady who taught the class was really cool, but she was not a member. She was an ally. She was not a member.
Right.
Um,
Well, hell, I only got my membership recently.
A participating member. How do you word? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But I was like, yeah, I really thought that like everybody knew that. Like, and granted, I'm like, I don't talk to many people about it in general. But I just thought that people knew that wasn't a word that you used anymore. Like, and there are a lot of I have heard arguments back and forth about Greek, the Greek mythology and Hermes and Aphrodite and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, but that's because that individual could change at will and could procreate with themselves and or change their gender to.
Started on the procreation part, because then somebody was like, yes, but you procreate. Motherfucker, it doesn't matter. I am telling you that what you are calling me is derogatory. It's irrelevant that I've reproduced. What it is basically that you're calling me a slur. Stop doing it.
Yeah, but in their argument, in order for you to have reproduced, you would have had to go from the other way. In your, you don't have like.
I know, but
anyway,
I didn't reproduce with myself. Like that's not.
I mean, if we could do that, teenage years would have been wild.
Oh
but,
God, we all would have had. Oh God. But
talking about we would not have needed to repopulate. That's for sure.
No, but but it's just one of those things where it's like it doesn't fucking matter in the intersex community if you've reproduced or not. You're still considered intersex if you have a genetic mutation resulting in that. In fact, like, and some of them there are many that are still not even completely understood or known. So that population is going to only increase. I mean, there's talk of them including PCOS. Can you imagine the numbers at that point? God.
Yeah. I mean, and if you think about endometriosis too.
Yeah. A lot of overlap there. And then today I had that discussion. Oh God, this is terrible. So my kid got into a different district. This is very exciting stuff. So I'm scrambling today, kind of, sort of, like, to try to get paperwork together to get her registered and enrolled and ready in this other school system. It's a better school. It's worth it. So we're at the doctor's office. Well, okay, so I don't shave my legs anymore. Okay. The funny thing about that is that I only have hair on the very front of my legs because for whatever fucking reason, I just don't grow it on the rest of my leg. It's weird. I don't know why. Okay. I don't have a lot of body hair, period. So the funny thing about it is that my daughter realizes that I don't shave my legs anymore, and she's upset by this. And I'm like, why does it matter? It doesn't matter. Nobody cares, including your dad. Nobody gives a shit. What's the fucking problem? Like, right. And then she's like, and then she's like looking at me and she's just like, but why are you not a girl? And I'm like, well, there's unicorn people. It's the best way I could describe that. And yeah, so, and unicorn people aren't boys or girls, they're both. And she's just like, that's not a thing. And I'm like, oh God. It is, but she's really gonna not like to hear that she probably is as well. That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a whole conversation. Oh. Well, and that's the other problem, not problem per se, but that's problem.
Why I haven't tested and confirmed, but yeah,
but problem in general is that there are so many people, not with traits. We're talking about just with chromosomal or hormonal variances that fit that category that never know.
Yep.
Like current known is like 1.7% of the population, which is like the same as people with red hair.
People like me knowing is incredibly rare.
Yeah. So like,
because I'm externally normal, but I know hormonally I'm not. Just, yeah. But most
Yeah,
people don't
it's,
figure that part out. So it's incredibly rare. They just think that they're more masculine. Like, I have a sneaky feeling that that's why we have such a variance in Rainbow Rangers being very effeminate, because I have a sneaky feeling that those are more in my category.
Yeah, I had a conversation about this the other day too.
I think that's why you have such a wide variance in people and phenotypes. They're phenotypes. People are displaying various phenotypes. So that's why you have very, very masculine women and you have very effeminate men, because I don't know that that's what's going on. I think there might be an overlapping intersexing situation.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that there's an incredible amount of people that are more like me than any other of the rainbow categories. We just don't realize it because we just don't test for it. And right now, I don't blame people because I haven't completed my testing for it either because I'm fucking scared. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, well, and if you think about all the different variances in general, and not even just talking about gender specific or sex, chromosome, anything specific, it's hard to believe that it's not far-fetched for us to believe that there aren't more that are specific to gender and sex traits and things like that. Even knowing that there are people out there like Michael Phelps who just their body breaks down lactic acid better.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what the hell is that weird anomaly called? Or people who like don't sunburn, or people out there that I'm just picking like rando things,
Yeah.
so to speak. But I mean, like all of that is still related to your DNA,
Mm-hmm.
and what is there in different ways. I mean, what do they call it? Adrenal hyperplasia, like that falls under that.
That's
It still
one of
falls under the
things that I think I have congenital adrenal hyperplasia. Yeah.
yes, that falls into that intersex category, but may not ever have a visible symptom throughout your entire life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like-
it's a coin flip. Yeah. You either transition against your will, because that's the other part of this. I'm not choosing any of this. It's happening to me. That's the thing that really they don't understand. That people don't really get is that no point in time did I say, hey, after menopause, I'd like to completely change my gender in the middle of my life. No one would fucking pick that willingly. Nobody would choose that. But to me, this is my biological reality. My gender is physically changing. You've seen the pictures. You've seen that. Yeah. It's happening. There's nothing I can do to stop it. In fact, it probably, in this case, would kill me to stop it. So, because of the...
Well, yeah, because you'd have to increase your estrogen, and the endo would take over.
Yeah. And
I
have such a
didn't mean to
severe-
word it in such a negative.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, it's literally it's rock meets hard place. That's why it's like, for me, like, that's why shit like that pisses me off, because it's like, how fucking dare you, bro? Like, I will punch you down. Like, I'm that kind of crazy right now because I'm going through menopause and a second puberty at the same time, and that can't be good mentally.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
fun.
definitely going to be a whole level of rage you weren't looking forward to.
Well, I think that's
Or
part of
maybe
my
it was
problem.
needed. Maybe it was needed. Who knows?
No, it's like, well, and part of it too is like just it's just you get to a point where you're just like, I think part of it is too is like looking around and realizing nobody in the world has any idea what this is like except for trans people, trans guys, because it's it's wild.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
it's just the grab bag of like with my hair is like, could it be iron deficiency? Sure. Could it be the male pattern baldness that I know that I carry the gene for? Could be that too, because that's in play. It also could be, the fact that the WNT mutation also causes hair loss.
Yeah.
It could be any of those, any of them. I don't know. But either way, this is the solution. So it's what we're doing. So just like, oh my god. And then, then to get judged for that too, and you're just trying to make sure that you look halfway presentable and not like you are losing your hair, because then people tease you for that. So there's just no winning when you're me. That's how I feel. Like there's no winning.
You really do have the cards stacked against you in every way possible.
A little bit.
As far as this portion goes right now.
Yeah. Otherwise, my life is great. Like, that's the thing. This is just the one area where it's very complicated, like incredibly complicated and layered, and it sucks because I feel like I'm kind of pigeonholed, and that's what sucks. Hey, Tabby, what's up?
Tabby came back. She had to go hang out with our friend here. I was just reading a message.
Which one? Where?
Oh, no. She
I
sent me one.
Oh,
No, because she mentioned in the... she fed her puppy. When we were talking with our fellow friend here, is that it was wrong, and I don't think I necessarily responded to her in general. I think I just responded, and I wanted to let her know. Yes, it was wrong. I struggle with sometimes. Yes, history was wrong. Yes, we did bad things, but sometimes I struggle with that mental portion of. We can still blame them. We can still say it's wrong, but for the masses who didn't know it was wrong, it's really hard for me to blame them if they didn't have the information to know it was wrong in the first place. Now, some of the humanitarian end of things, like killing people and stuff like that, yeah, okay, that should have been a dead giveaway. But some of the other things, like, I don't even want to use this. Okay, so little kids back in the day were to be seen and not heard, and it was very, they were used for manual labor. There's today that's child abuse. Back then, not a lot of people knew about it, but you also needed your kids to help you on the farm to do things X, Y, and Z. So could we still call it wrong? Yes. Is it still bad? Yes. But I still think that to a point, like, we only can start blaming people when it was brought to our attention that it was wrong, and you continue to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We are, yeah. Well, this guy was saying that all of us should have, we should be, what was it? It was about, we can't say the word on here without getting banned. That's the other fun thing.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, no, we were saying that he was saying the founding fathers were not good people. I think that's what it was. And we're saying, but they existed in a context. You can't just say that because they did this, they didn't have we're judging them about to standards of 2026. Like, that's not really fair. Like, just like I was trying to say, like, what are the standards going to be in 100 years? How are we going to be judged? And hopefully people don't just condemn us for something we didn't have the information or knowledge of. I don't know. It's hard to judge the context, especially with Quakers and religions that have died out since then. Yeah, they did found the greatest. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. It's hard to judge the thought process on the traffic of the human variety that took place. It's hard because it's not because of it's a terrible thing that happened, and I think most people. But I can't judge their motives and their knowledge base from 2026. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really hard. You can't judge. We can't judge. It's really hard in a place like, yeah, kind of like that. I know the shitty things that I've done in my past, and not that they're like murderous things like that, but I've said shitty things because I didn't know better. I used phrases that I didn't realize were not acceptable. I did all the things, you know, I said ignorant things at one point. My dad was like super, super Baptist, and I started going to church with them because the weird things like that. Like, I can totally judge myself and the things that I said and did. I'm not going to I don't judge other people well because it's not my place. I can tell them that they did wrong, but I think that's different than judging in a different way. And that's the part I struggle with, is the English language just isn't in depth enough for me to explain exactly what I mean by that. Judgment comes off very, very almost with the intent of a punitive response, wherein I'm just saying, like, the founding fathers did shitty shit. In today's lens, I don't think that they did it necessarily on purpose and knew it was shitty back then, because they didn't have the same. It's kind of like
It's the coconut.
Yeah.
It's literally that we all exist in a context. We exist in a context of everything that came before and everything that will come after us, and that's applicable here. Like, they existed in a context. We exist in the same. We don't exist in the exact same context, but we exist in our own context. I don't know what their context was because I didn't live in it.
yeah.
That's kind of how we have to look at that. We can sit there and say, hey, we should never allow, or and rightfully, that's why I like the Underground Railroad Museum, if anybody's ever been there, because they have an entire section dedicated to the trafficking of the human variety, and it's incredibly powerful. And I think everybody should experience that, because I think it will give you an idea that basically we still have that today. What are we all doing? Because if we're going to judge them under that same context, then we need to judge ourselves, because it still exists today. And
Yeah.
it's in the files.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same
And
fucking
I
thing.
still live in this weird world, and my brain goes, it works in mysterious ways, and I struggle with a lot of context things this way too, because I'd always say things like murder is wrong, murder is wrong, murder is wrong, right? But like, if someone has my kid, you know, like hung up by their throat with a gun to their head, and I have a way of doing something to get that person away from my kid and not hurt them, and end up hurting the other person and end up killing them, like, then where's that line? It's very sticky in like the, yes, it's still wrong, but you're saving, like, what was the same thing if it was like a small child. My kid's older now, so it's a little bit harder, but I got, you know, filtered, and community contents were filtered because I said all that. But I'm just saying, like, there's weird situations where you put yourself in like this box of like morally acceptable things, and then if you put yourself in one of those situations, do you expand that compass a little bit more? Like, what if you were kidnapped and locked into a basement, and the only way you could get out was to take out the guy who kidnapped you and threw you in a basement and try to put lotion on your skin? Right, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that they're right. I mean, there's not necessarily like a it's not necessarily as black and white as we want it to be.
It's not.
And we're kind of stuck in that place. Now we go back to like treating people morally, and treating people, no matter what their background is, as humans, and bringing back humanity into the country. Absolutely, the best way we can do that, however we can. Are we going to please everybody at the same time? No, but are we going to do our best to make that better by making sure we're trying to do all the things that we're trying to do? Yeah. If in order to do so, if in order to get from A to B, if there is another CV of the civil situation with things, if to get to the utopia we have to do some things that we're, what do they say, some really good men may have to do some really bad things to get from A to B. Like, what are our...
Oh my God. Look
yeah,
at the
like
chat.
it's... I just did.
Oh.
It's very close.
Yeah. That's
just
gonna
one of those, like,
freak out.
yeah, it's just really hard to like know where that moral line is sometimes.
Well, and that's what I mean. We don't know the context. We don't know the context of what they knew. We don't know the context of their. We're judging it on having the. We have a very globalist point of view now that they did not have. And I'm not excusing this. This should have never happened. I don't think any of us are excusing it. I'm just saying that I can't say definitively if the founding fathers were trash, because I have no idea the context in which they existed, because I don't exist in the same space in the same time. I don't. And it's not that I'm giving them a pass. I exist in the context and in the time and the space that the gentleman that is doing it that resides in the Casablanca. I can judge that. But can I judge what happened in 1775? I have no fucking idea. I don't know. They had a whole different set of rules then. And there was a whole set, you know, we didn't have accountability like we have now. We didn't have, I mean, it's just like judging us about MySpace and what maybe we put on our profile page from a context of now. Like, I don't know. Shit.
Someone said something the other day, like we were talking about it, but other people,
all of us did.
Missy said something about it, and we laughed about it. I was like, good. I don't really want it to come back. Like, I did for a second, but then I was like, I don't have 7 friends anymore, so I'm not gonna deal with that right now.
We know it was the United States that leads the charge with. It actually wasn't, though, Terry. It was the United Kingdom. They abolished, not us. We didn't abolish it until embarrassingly late. That part is a little. I don't think it should have gone on as long, but I don't know. No, the UK did it about 100 years before we did, bud. Like, I'm not kidding on that. They really did. Like, they set the standard, not us. It does still go on today. Unfortunately, your main dude is the dude that he wears a red hat and pees on himself and shits his pants in between naps in the Oval.
Well, I mean, to be fair, yes, him, but all of us really are kind of stuck in that world. Like, we are still slaves. They just changed the scenery.
Terry, have you read anything in those files? Mother. Yeah, I have no respect for that man at all. I mean, I can't say I ever really did, but I really don't now. Good for you, bud.
Yeah.
That's great.
Britain passed the Slave
wonderful.
Trade Act in 1807, and the U.S. followed in 1808.
Told you.
I just wanted to make sure I was clear on that. And here's the other part too. The average age of people in 1776 was 38 years old.
Terry.
So like, you're only like 5 years in of having a fully formed frontal cortex. So
That's true too. I mean, like it's just, yeah, the Clintons. Okay.
I mean, let's
Bring
just
me the
for
evidence.
this.
I mean, I'm not saying that Bill Clinton deserves to be in jail too. Nobody's denying that. Put him in jail too. Let's just convict them all. Let's start with the orange one that lives in the White House. He's the one that's in there a million times, for fuck's sake.
I honestly just say all of them to be at this point.
Yeah, take the trash
you're
out. Both sides don't care. Get them in jail. We're so done with that with the Democrats too. Get them out of it. Show me the evidence. Look in the fucking files. It's available online. You're gonna have to look it up. He is in there. Listen to the Sasha Riley tapes. Jesus Christ, if you can get through them. I had to stop because they are abhorrent at best. It's disgusting what he did. They're all buried on the back 9 of his golf course. Heads up there. Next to the wife. I think it's the same one, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
it is.
so.
It is. Oh, and then don't even go. Let's start about Zorro Ranch because they're actually investigating that. That might actually be the downfall of him too.
Well, and even what was his name? Oh, Senator Lou, is that him? He's in the oversight committee.
Files.
He's in. He said like in front of the a press conference that he's in him, and they have documented evidence that he's done horrible things, and he has not been sued, and that conversation has not been brought back up since.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, part of me wonders if that's why TikTok is so stringent about that, because he can't sue. So that's probably why they're leaning on because he can't. Trump would have no case if we were talking about it online.
Yeah.
That's why we could say it and not get sued, because it's true. That's why I don't care. Here on the Unconsenting Beavers. Buck off! No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't owned by Epstein. I wish it was. I truly wish that it wasn't the way it is. Like, I'm not kidding on that. Because hearing the Sasha, like I had to stop listening to the Sasha Riley tapes because they're just, oh my God. The stuff that was done, oh God. And I know that that's not even the worst of it. That's the worst. That's the part that drives me nuts. Is it's not even the worst of it, and that was horrific. Plus, it also explains the incontinence. That part was interesting. Why would you not pick a bag? But whatever. I don't know.
The same reason he won't let his hair go.
Well, it's an interesting that you tried to pin on him. Little 10-stake action. That's why. Yeah. But I did enjoy that he farted himself awake the other day in the Oval. That I cracked up at, because he was like.
Yeah, I did see him do that too. Yeah. I laughed at that. I was like,
hilarious.
And it wasn't even that I was like that was, it was obvious and it was loud and it was all caught on film.
Yeah, that's the thing is, it's like, I feel like that's what's so frustrating is it's still happening today. And I feel like it's we're so quick to judge people in history, but we're not willing to judge ourselves, and we're watching it happen again. So when we start to make those leaps, we have to remember that how are people going to feel about us in that same amount of time?
Yeah, because we sit there and think about, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, Ted Lieu. Mm-hmm. I was right. Ted Lieu did say it. About Trump being in the Epstein files.
Oh yeah, he was.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy, but I kept typing, like, looking for the quote, and it won't show up. But then it said, yeah, he did say it. You just have to dig really hard because they don't want you to find that shit. But
no, they don't. Well, and like, if you look on Substack, there's a lot of people that posted on Substack. That's where I heard the Sasha Riley tapes. It's horrific. I hope that I hoped for the longest time that it wasn't true, and I hope that in many ways that it can be proven to not be as horrific as it was, but there's just too much. And honest to God, with them digging up Zorro Ranch, and people talking about charges being filed, it makes me think that they really have found stuff.
Yeah, he said, who else is in the... Everybody. Oh, basically, if you're rich... So, like, you remember that George Carlin skit? Can we agree on George Carlin?
Well, he basically did a reverse Diddy, to be completely honest. He just plays a blackmail racket, just the same. It's a big rich club and you're not in it. So, like, if you're not a multimillionaire, you're not in the club. But, like, a lot of the people in the current administration... Oh, and it's both sides. We fully understand that and fully...
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it's... I'm not...
think that we should protect anybody. They all need to go down.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not party related. It's corruption related, and it, there's a truth to the phrase that like money is the root of all evil, because with money you get to do whatever the hell you want and get away from it. So if you've got enough money for anyone to have said that about you, that you're rich enough to pay off anybody, then you're probably in the files and a corrupt bastard that way.
I just like that Elon begged to go. Like, had to be like, yeah, I would like to go to the island. Like,
Oh yeah, little bitch.
oh no,
They did
we
talk about it
totally
for a
trolled
very
him.
long. Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
yeah. Bill belongs
Yeah, like-
in jail. There is not a qualm here.
Yeah, no, I don't care. Throw both of them in for all I care.
Yep.
If she knew about it and didn't do anything about it, if he did it and he whatever, like both of them. But that goes down the board. That's across the board. I don't care if you're British. I don't care if you're Australian. I don't care if you're Spanish. I don't care if you're tall, short, fat, skinny, white,
Andrew
black,
Tate, he
nothing.
belongs there too.
If you're in the files, top to bottom, I don't care. You need just go, gone. All of them. I don't care. I don't have a preference for a blue team or a red team or a specific color hat or a nationality. If you're a corrupt, horrible human being that's doing corrupt, horrible things to other people, then go. Bye. Done. End of conversation.
We deserve to do the swallow method for everybody. If you've done it, goodbye. That's the thing. We've got to reset everything. Like, what's going on now, if anything, should show everybody exactly what the true motivation for all of it was, which was basically to hold power, to not give it up, and then to let AI take over, take all of our jobs, and kill us all. Because those are not my words. That's what Sam Altman said last week. And part of me doesn't. I mean, part of me is hoping that it's just, him. I don't know, being a weird tech bro that clearly pulled himself out of more than one trash can, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, he's a weird fucking dude. They're all weird.
You
Oh.
have to be a certain level of weird and creepy and all that stuff to have the amount of money and resources these people have, and you're not using it to make the world a better place.
No, you have to be like truly sociopathic. It's disgusting.
Right. I just can't think of like there has to be a certain number. Okay, and I'm not saying like if I won $100, it's not going far for me in my life. It's just not stretching, right? It's not like pocket change, but it's not stretching far enough for me to be like, you get some and you get some and you get some, right? That number increases, but there's a certain number that even like us average Joes get to, and you're like, I can't think of anything else I would possibly, like everything else from this point's trivial. Like I would pay off, my house, or I'd get a house. I'd build one that's slightly different or in a different spot. Even a new car, but like I don't want like a Lamborghini. I just want like a newer version of a car that's something that can be used. Put money aside for my kids, make sure they got something. Whatever. You start like paying off bills so my mom's taken care of. Paying stuff so that my nibblings all have money in the bank, giving money to like this person, all my friends that's ever helped me in any way, emotionally, financially, whatever. You get chunks of money. Like it's all going, but there's still a certain point in that amount of money that you get where you're like, I literally don't know what else to do with this anymore. Because I'm not building rockets, I'm not building submarines, I'm not going underwater, and I'm not saying like a huge amount either. I'm not even saying like a huge amount either. I'm talking like if someone handed me $6 million today, I could spend quite a bit of it, don't get me wrong, but most of it's going towards like things that make sense, right? Like bills and making sure I've got a cushion, but also making sure all my friends and family have cushions and things like that, right? But after a certain point, you're all like, and then this goes to charities. I'm going to start donating my time and resources and energy and things like that. Like,
Nobody's capping it with what you make, but at the same time, if you're stacking the deck to rob everybody there's a point in time where we have to be like, this is probably not sustainable.
If you owned
Same.
your own business, Terry, and so let's say you owned your own business, and you know what you make now, and you know what your finances look like, and you know that you're not poor, but you're not also rich. Like a $20,000 could make your life a lot better. So you open a business right now, and you're the CEO, and instead of taking $1 billion paycheck for yourself, you split that money up and give all your employees that work under you an extra 20 grand to make their life better, to get them into the next tax bracket or whatever. Like, we're not asking for people to cap on what they make in a way that
I
makes
just don't want companies to buy back their own fucking stock. That's what most of our money is going to. You shouldn't be able to buy your own stock back to artificially inflate that market too.
right. Well, not to mention artificially inflating that number while your employees are collecting or have the ability to collect welfare.
Not cool. Because then we're
Like, you're
paying for
making
it twice, for fuck's sake.
You're making billions of dollars on stupid shit. You know, I guess that's my like. If I was to start a business tomorrow doing whatever it is that I want to make a business on, I'm not going to take billions of dollars of my own paycheck, like at the end of the year, and write myself a big CEO bonus. I'm going to reinvest it into the employees. And like, yes, equipment, yes, ROI is, a thing. You got to make sure whatever you're doing that they have equipment to make sure whatever X, Y, and Z works. You guys staffing, but you don't want to be walking around with that one fucking blood pressure cuff that never fucking works.
Why is there always one at every building?
See, or the pulse ox or whatever. Like, you want to make sure that they're like reinvest in the company, but also reinvest in your employees and stuff. And I wouldn't be taking billions of dollar paycheck because you're already making a CEO salary. Like, the fact that they're making CEO salaries and $1 billion paychecks to themselves, that's the part that fucking bothers me.
I think, to me, it's just, we can start with the common sense as well, like the no stock buybacks. Like, they can't, like the insider trading thing too. Like, I mean, there's so many like little loopholes that would make such a fundamental difference in the economy. It's not even funny. Like, they have it stacked so that they're just robbing out the front and back door. I don't know. And we're just like, yep, you can't do anything. And it's like, oh my God, they're literally robbing all of us blind both ways. And it's we're just saying, like, how about we just pick one door here?
Yeah.
That's it. And then we can go from there. Like, it's, baby steps. But I think, like, we honestly there has to be a point where we say this is enough. And I think one of the biggest things is going to be when the midterms happen and people realize that their votes don't count. And they're going to realize real quick we can't vote our way out of it. And that's going to go over like a lead fucking balloon, I think, because honest to God, people, that's the last vestige, at least on the left, of people holding back their anger. I'm telling people right now, that is the last line. Once that happens and it doesn't go the way that everybody thinks it's going to go because it's been fiddled with, then I think what we're going to see is going to be mass anger. And mass anger is not going to go well for the regime. And I think that's why we're seeing all of the technology, the rush for the data centers. It's for the flock cameras so that they can control us when that happens. And that's not going to go the way that they think.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be, we're not going to beat down the White House door. We're going to just do everything. We're going to set everything on fire. And then we're going to pull every camera down. And I can guarantee you that one of the things that I don't like, and I don't know how many people have this, we have blink cameras because, we live in, there's been, teenagers broke into my car in my own driveway, okay? Like, so we have cameras. And one of the things that I don't like is, like, that it has AI that integrates randomly with the blink cameras. I don't like that at all. Like, Josh calls me and he's like, you went home early the other day, didn't you? And I was like, yeah, why? He's like, because there's a blizzard that went in through the back door. He's like, what? That's literally what the caption says. It's like, a blizzard is opening your back door. Like, what the fuck?
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Well, and then like, nobody's asking for these AI centers. I mean, I enjoy talking to a chatbot every so often, but at the same time, now I'm just kind of like, I only use the Chinese one. But at the same time, I'm like, what the fuck? If apparently it's buying robots. Did you see that post?
What?
Did you see Gretchen's post the other day about the robot that bought a robot?
Yeah.
What? Oh my god. Like, that's the kind of shit that scares me because nobody's paying attention. We're just building the shit and just hoping it works out well, and that's not cool. But at the same time, I feel like that's also part of the thing. They want us so focused on everything so that we forget about things like the fact that the Presophile is in the files. And yeah, that he's done some really shady shit. But at the same time, it's not just him. He just is the ringleader of the racket. They all need to go. They all need to get booted. They all need to pay for their crimes against children. And I don't see why that's fucking controversial.
Yeah. Oh, and I didn't realize Terry commented profit share. I would say profit sharing, but profit sharing on steroids, right? So like, not just in bonuses. Like, I would increase wages so it was promised, and like make it so like, oh, and your guys' health care is paid for in full for the full year or something. Like, just giving people bonuses doesn't increase your salary, your wages, and everything else. Like, that just gives you, it's a bonus. Like,
I just want to know how they're going to handle it when people start to really actually, like, when the socialism takes off, because it's already taken off. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with profit sharing.
No, I think it's a lot more positive than the measly, bonus plans people get nowadays. Plus, if you're lucky, a 3%, merit increase and no cost of living. Like, it's very different in that aspect. But like, you think of these huge ass companies, and the average CEO salary is like 5 times the amount you could imagine spending in one day or in a lifetime. And plus, they're also still getting like giant bonuses and tax write-offs and everything else. Like, companies don't care about their employees anymore. Employees have to work to survive, and everyone's mad that nobody wants to work anymore. It's like, no, because there's not an incentive. Like, what's the point when you get a jet and the next person in charge gets a brand new, like, another $1 billion house, and with my bonus I can pay off the credit cards that I racked up trying to pay for my average life throughout the year, or Christmas presents for my kids, or pay off the car that I had to fix because it broke down because I can't afford a brand new one. Like,
yeah,
we're just not in a place where it's like equal anymore.
No, because I think
even
the
close.
The CEO is making like 1,000% difference. Something like, if you look at like the percentage of CEO pay to regular workers, insane. You can't tell me that we couldn't come down a bit on that. Like, there's no way. Or, hey, since they love AI so much, why don't we just go ahead and give the CEO job to the AI, and then get rid of them? Let's start with them. It's fine, right?
Yeah,
it's fine.
And I understand when it says like the incentive is the weekly paycheck, yes, but it's the other duties as required that is thrown into every job description from here on out. Like, I work remotely, and I'm supposed to be available from basically anytime someone needs a call, whether that's around the country or whatever, but also from like 8 a.m. until like 6 p.m. most days of the week. And clients have the ability to book their own slots in my calendar, and like it's not just clock in, clock out, leave. And so, yes, the weekly paycheck's the incentive, but the incentive to do more than what the job title tells you have to do, that's what people get mad about, because people aren't hustling anymore. We're not working. When I worked in the lab, I would work from 6 in the morning until about 6 or 7 at night, Monday through Friday, plus pick up every other weekend. It was just like I was offered a different position in in the same company in a different lab that didn't get overtime with a giant pay jump, but it didn't cover my overtime. So I couldn't afford to even get out of the position I was in because of the overtime. It was a step up and I couldn't do it. Like, that's the stuff. Like, yes, to work is fine, but to expect that extra with no return, that's the same as like your wife telling you she's gonna do it and then just play with the tip and walk away. Like, that's not the same thing. Like, you're getting teased, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's just if the other thing too is like, how can a corporation, or one of the things that we can change is a corporation, if you have people on welfare that are working for you, you don't need to buy your own stock back. You're not paying your people enough. Like, that's the type of shit that needs to stop. Like the Walmarts where they're exploiting people basically by not paying them enough, then they're on the system, so then we're getting fucked twice. Like, what? No. Like, that's the stuff that needs to stop. And I think it doesn't have to be like mass change. It just is holding companies to the standards that were in place when we were children. And we all remember that everybody had more money, right? Right. Because they didn't have these fucking loopholes to exploit so readily. Like, you know?
So what, as much as I hate to bring this guy up and all his morals, but what you're saying is it's Clark Griswold season.
What?
It's
do you mean?
Clark Griswold season, when he didn't get his bonus and he kidnapped his boss and...
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's one of those where it's like, if you're not paying enough, then
yeah.
But it's
and Terry said everybody has to start somewhere. It's up to us to build. Yes, but I wasn't starting somewhere as in like it was McDonald's. Like, it's very different. I was in my career that took a degree, and I was there for years before this happened.
You're being paged on the chat. Look
what?
at that. Well, I mean, just look at that. That's kind of your jam.
What?
The chat.
What's it say?
There's a picture. The Wisconsin race.
Oh.
He circled some counties for you to take a look at out there. But.
Oh, I don't think those ones are voting.
Oh.
Is it green is under Madison? Yeah, there are certain counties that don't vote.
Okay. Then you might want to, yeah. I didn't know that. Anywho. Yeah,
It's weird.
I don't think unfettered allowing the rich to do whatever they want, including removing souls from this mortal coil and or doing horrible stuff to children, is okay anymore. Like, call me crazy, I guess, but you know, if you have people on welfare and you're not paying them enough, then you don't need to buy back your own stock, and you certainly don't need to be expanding your business. You need to pay your people. Stuff that wouldn't fly back in like the 50s and 60s and 70s, we should be returning to. Like, that's when we all had money. Like, because they couldn't do this shit. It was illegal. It was illegal to buy back your own stock. Why? Because it was artificially inflated. It was a pump and dump. Now we just allow it. It's fine. Well, guess what? We're dealing with the consequences of that action. It's now. You know, it's not working for most of us, so might be time to move on from it. We tried it, didn't work. Cool, move on. Get rid of it. Because if you can't trickle it down, like you said that it always does, and you know, then this isn't working. We're in the end stages of capitalism, so it's failed. We need to move on. It's time to bring in socialism. It's time. Been time. Doesn't work for the majority of us, including you, Terry, because I know I know where you live. Well, kind of, sort of, a general area. I don't know where he lives per se, but you know, just it's not working. And unfortunately, I say it like that, because I feel like it's going to be unfortunate for a lot of the country. They're going to realize that socialism actually does work, and then they're going to get mad. So, because socialism works. I mean, Mom Donistan is looking really good these days.
Yeah.
New York City is happy as can be. They're happy as fucking clams right now. So, I mean, my whole point is that capitalism, as it is right now, is not working anymore. It's reached the end, so it's time to switch it up.
I wish we could fast forward. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it that way, but it would be nice.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like the most, like I think it'll be some sort of like, it won't be fighting like we think of. It'll be more like a soft, it'll be like the TikTok revolution, where it's all like, I do think that once the midterms, if they are able to infiltrate it and finagle it the way that they want, people are going to catch on. We haven't shut up about it, and we've been proven right. So he even said it on fucking national TV. God, he said it again today. Did you see that? I sent you that video.
Oh, what did he say today?
He
I missed
said
it.
that, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I sent it to the other chat. Hold on. Oh, maybe I didn't. No, I did. Hold on, let me turn on the sound. Hopefully it doesn't echo too bad. I think. Did I? Maybe I didn't. No, that's not the right one.
What the fuck is going on here?
That's not it.
I was like, what? Oh, what happened?
That's not it. I'm trying to find where I sent it. Was it the main one? It may have been the main one. Fuck. Oh, Cincinnati got its ass kicked today. Oh, maybe I sent it in the app, the clock app. Hold on. I gotta stop sending videos to people on random basis. It's been taken down. Never mind. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't.
No, it's been taken down. Because it was basically, he said that he was going to plan on inserting himself into the election, which he cannot do. Like, I guess he was going to divert PAC money, and he said it in an interview. And you can't just do that.
Oh, I did hear that part about the diverting PAC money and other things that he was talking about. Fucking.
Yep. Which is exactly what you thought was going on. So that's why I sent it to you, where I thought maybe I didn't. Or maybe it's down.
You might have. Honestly, today was very touch and go on my ability to think.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, it's just too much Benadryl still. My brain didn't catch back up until like 9 o'clock.
No, I understand. It's just.
I said.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I did hear about the PAC money thing, but I mean, how is that any different than him diverting the money away from states that voted for Kamala?
Yeah, I mean, he does. It's just the corruption of it all. Like, I don't get, I'll never understand why people in general look at him and they're like, no, I trust him, because I wouldn't trust, I don't trust him as much as, I trust Don about as much as I trust that rug he wears is real, okay? Like, judging from somebody that's losing their hair, okay? Like, I'm not trying to put anybody down. But, let's be for real. It's like you try to tell me that, oh no, that animal just crawled up there and died. Like, I'm sure it did. Oh wow.
Yeah,
They already have it pulled out and ready to be used. Oh my god. Here, hold on. On CapCut.
Where's that money coming from?
I don't know. I'll get it from someplace. I always get the money from someplace regardless. It doesn't matter.
Where's that money coming from?
Then the next sentence he says he'll get it from a pack. Ah, that's a crime.
Yeah, who's stopping him?
Nobody. I know. I already know.
It's just really,
No,
it's
not with
defeating.
Todd Blanche now. But that's the thing. That's the other part of it. My whole thought process is that the people that are on the fence, or people like our buddy Terry, is that eventually, probably not so much Terry, but eventually people will understand that they cannot vote their way out of it, which means that they are stuck with whatever the fuck that the elites put in place, and that's a fucking problem. Like, it's going to be a problem for everybody at some point, regardless of how you choose to vote. Like we've said, we just want everybody to retain that right to vote. Does not matter who you vote for. I don't care. I don't care. I just want you to still be able to vote, and for it to count. I don't know why that's a hot take, but here we are.
It shouldn't be. Things that shouldn't be a hot take, but they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's a constant battle. Like, we should all, you should be able to vote for Elmer Fudd, and one vote for Elmer Fudd should go through. Like, it shouldn't matter.
Right. And,
I mean,
quite honestly,
It's dumb
like,
to do that, but
quite honestly, it's like right now, I think people are like, oh, well, you just have to deal with it. Wait until it's on the other foot. Like, you guys threw a fucking, like, you had a book club meeting when you thought incorrectly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Book club meeting. It's like, you've seen the videos of the guy who does the Holy Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I read the Holy Bible. I'll send you one when I get one next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I think I
I
sent
have
you
some
one
real-
before. According to
Oh.
the Holy Bible.
Yeah, like, that guy cracks me up. But that's how I feel about a lot of things that like go on. Like,
No, I'll get it from someplace. I always get the money from someplace regardless. It
That's
doesn't.
just crazy. Yeah, I guess he does if he just fucking can just steal it from his own IRS. So, that's fine.
yeah. Yeah, considering now Todd is the AG, like, he really could.
Mm-hmm.
It's just even scarier. Like, how is this even a thing?
I don't know.
I hate that. Stop touching it. What are you doing? I keep running into the wire.
Oh, but yeah. I'm starting to get tired, man. Oh my god. I have not slept very well in the last, like, week.
Last night I slept like a baby.
Oh, I'm sure you did. You took that Benadryl for your poison ivy there?
I don't
What is it,
think
by
it-
the way? Did you go to the doctor or anything?
Fuck no, I didn't go to the doctor.
Oh, I mean-
No, I don't know. It doesn't look like poison ivy. It looks more like ants, honestly, like ant bites.
Oh, could be.
But so it wouldn't have been like the bed. It was. So I said I wasn't in nature. Like, I was walking around in the backyard, but like in the grass. So I don't know if like that happened. I don't know. I've got like 7 spots altogether. So
I don't know. Did you do the thing to your washing machine that Mel told you to do?
I did. Well, like I stripped and bleached all the sheets and stuff, and then I also I remade the bed, and I put hydrocolloid patches on them,
Yeah.
and now they don't itch. So like we're calling it a win.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's the only thing I think of.
Camiseptine will work really well on that too. But
Yeah, I thought about
it'll
get.
stain everything, so you got to make sure you put something on top of it, because it's like it's diaper rash cream, but it's got menthol in it.
I thought about doing that, or like witch hazel.
That might work too. Yeah, but it's just one of those, like, I know that the times I've had fucking poison ivy, that's been one of the few things that's helped is camo.
Yeah, I was honestly willing to try anything because I was like, because they're in such weird places that I can't like. And that's why I thought it was like I got like a rogue mosquito in my house that just like, but like I was covered, so I don't know how it happened with the whatever. But like the one spot I had like one in my like legs, but like where my thighs were up, so it was like itching itself every time I walked. I'm like, damn it, now it's gonna blister, and that's all I'm doing is walking. But yeah, like it was just bad. But like, but because it made like it flared up everything. Like I get real like red, splotchy Hy-Vee all the time anyway. Like my histamine's always like just say big middle finger, whatever. So oh, my sister-in-law's on here. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was just weird. I lost my train of thought when I saw her come up. But no, yeah, itchy as shit for no reason. I have no idea what it is. But oh, my histamine's, so I get hives and shit all the time, just like from thinking about life sometimes, or like when I get irritated. So it's hard to figure out what the hell it was from. So just Benadryl, and then cover myself in hydrocolloid patches and pray for the best, I guess. No, it's not your fault. I just have the attention span of a gnat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Me too. Especially this time of night, I'm like, nope, I'm done. My brain's like, and we're done. Attention section is off.
Right.
Like, I'm like, what? No, I'm just looking at this post that apparently somebody posted, and I don't know that this is true at all. I just am just now scrolling and seeing it. Something about how Barron is not Donald's child. I don't know about that, but
Everybody has said for years now that they thought he was Justin Theroux's
yeah, I was
child.
really.
The one that I'm a little bit more curious about is Stephen Miller's son that looks a
the one
lot
that looks
like
Swalwell. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Plus, like, it makes more sense to me because I don't see Stephen being like, I don't know, out of the coffin ever. Because you know he sleeps only at night or only during the day and comes out at night. You know.
Well, and he's got the sexual magnetism of a popsicle stick. So like, he's just
I mean, talk about
should
being
be
a
whiter.
Grizz.
Done. But apparently not just Swalwell. Have you like Steve Bannon's on that list somehow?
Oh my God! Oh.
Like, why would Steve? Gross.
No.
He pissed himself on live TV for no reason.
Oh. I'm sorry. If it was literally like, you are going to do life in prison, or you could with that gentleman, and they pointed to Bannon, I'd be like, so
I feel like prison, I could start a cult. I'm going. Bye.
oh, I'd be in prison, no problem.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Oh, that dude looks like he's drunk on a good day. Like, he looks like he woke up in a trash can underneath a bridge, like laying on a cardboard box. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
I feel like I can smell him, and it's not It's a mix of alcohol and piss.
Oh, see, like Steve Bannon is the real life, like in person, like cousin. Okay, so we just talked about National Lampoons. Like he's cousin Randy today. Like, what? And now I want to look up ages.
Shitter's full.
Yeah, exactly. How old is Katie Miller? I mean, Stephen Miller's my age, and he looks like a
40.
damn champ. She's 34 years old.
You know, you know why they age like milk in the hot sun, right? It's because they hate. You can't hate,
Right.
and then like people who hate people don't look good long term.
But here's what I was getting at. Steve Bannon's 72 years old, and she's 34. If she's been married, so for the sake of conversation, hold on, I'm trying to figure out how long they've been married. They were married in 2020, so 34 minus 6.
I thought they got married younger than that, but okay. The Millers?
She was 28 years old when she had. Yes, Katie Miller is 34. I just looked it up. She's younger than him than Steven by quite a bit. But Steve Bannon is 72, which means if she had with Steve Bannon after 28 after or before they got married. So let's say 28 was when they got married, but they were together for a year, so 27. That's still disgusting. I was trying to figure out if it was statutory, but it's not, but it's close. Like, let's be honest with each other.
I'm sorry, but how does one find themselves in such a predicament? Because I know that if I ever found myself in a room that would never happen, but I would, I don't know, not be anywhere, like how,
It's that cult mentality. It's that I don't even know like how to get from A to B in my head to explain that they justify it somehow, even though they still shun promiscuous women. But that's the only way they get ahead. And I don't know how to explain it in a way that makes any logical sense to anybody who knows that A plus B doesn't equal C. You know what I mean? Like, I can't.
I don't understand. I don't. Like, I just don't get how one. It's not even that the world's for me. Like, how the fuck do you? How is the? Okay, I'm gonna say this as a person who
Exactly.
typically would assume a certain role in a relationship. Just ignore the appearance for right now. How does one find themselves in a predicament where they are expected to perform such an act on a gentleman that looks like he crawled out of a dumpster while drunk and half naked already? I'm not understanding. I'm not getting how one does such a thing. Like, how? There's not enough money in the there's not enough money in the world that's gonna make me like. There's not enough. Take one for the no. Like, like he literally looks like a homeless person that crawled out of a dumpster fire. Like, I don't understand. There's not enough money in the world. I don't
understand like how he even got to the place where he is. Like, are there any pictures of Steve Bannon, under 70 years old where he doesn't look like he's a drunk buffoon? Like did he look better at 40? Did he have like his life together? Did he look professional? Like
Probably not, but
I can't imagine. Like I don't ever. I mean, some of his older pictures, he kind of looks like Ron White-ish, but not really. He really does just always look like a drunk.
homeless person that crawled out of a dumpster fire. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like he doesn't even like.
I also want to know what's with all the like random sores on his nose and shit. Like what that pop up every so often. Like he'll have like scabs, or I'm like, what the fuck is that? Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. He's definitely got like.
Somehow he's one of the few men I've ever seen that a beard is not helpful.
You're not wrong.
Like
I was
that's
trying to
not.
I was trying to find like a younger picture of him, but I don't even see one like online ever. Like
There it is. It's about as good as you can get.
yeah, like
It's not here. I'll send it to you. It's not helpful. Like I'm surprised. Like he looks less like a trash heap, but I mean it's still trash heap adjacent. like
yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen. Okay, I guess there are some of him in his younger years where he's like wearing a suit and stuff, but like it's still not helpful. It's still not like I improved
That's
my.
probably the best. What I'm sending you now is probably the best picture I could find.
Like I try to get specific with the photos, but like I could. Yeah, like no, that's not helpful either. Like he's not. Okay, I mean I guess. Okay, so I did find some. This one's creepy-ish. I can't do anything. I wish I could show like other people,
Right.
but I can't because I don't have the computer going. It's not working. But like, here's one of him looking mildly like he's going to get arrested one day for what he does now.
Wow, he looks like
Like
Ted
he-
Bundy. That's what
Yeah,
that
he-
is. That's Ted Bundy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. God, it's not even cool. Well, especially this one. Like this gives you the creeps. This is like Ted Bundy with Brady hair. Or like the Brady Bunch hair.
Oh. No, he looks like Willem Dafoe.
He does a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, Willem. I'm sorry. Sorry for that. That's like an insult to Willem Dafoe. Oh,
Here's one.
snappity snap. So there was a little bit of a loss, and now we're back on top. Hong in Wisconsin. Fun fact, my aunt and uncle live in Wisconsin. They live in Spooner. It's like the tiniest town in the world.
Booner.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I don't know where a lot of the places are, but Sheboygan's probably my favorite. But
It's like
that's
saying
100%. That's 100% because of John Candy.
Ah, yeah.
Polka,
yeah, I can see that.
polka.
But yeah, no. Because my cousins are from Minneapolis, so when my aunt and uncle retired, they moved out of Minneapolis. Apparently, that's like a rat race there. It's not. I remember going up there for a wedding, and like just the accent was killing me. They're like, "Oh, you know," like they all sound like that. Even my cousins, I'm like, "What the fuck?" They're like,
Which
"Oh,
is funny,
hi.
because
how you doing there? Yeah.
I work with a bunch, like the one company,
get them
like the one
together,
branch. They is from Minneapolis and St. Paul. Like we're like both of them. We've got a building in both parts. None of them have an accent. Like we went there, and I was like, I'm so excited. None of them have the
They put it on when they're amongst themselves. Then they'll talk like that.
Every once in a blue moon, somebody will get on a call. So like, from Minnesota, we'll talk to someone else from Minnesota, and like certain words will get a little, like you can hear it, but for the most part in professional phone call settings, they don't let it come out, and it's very upsetting to me because I just want one of them one day to just talk to me like Bobby's mom, and what are you doing? throw in a don't you know or something, but I get nothing from any of them. It's really upsetting.
Oh, it's the weirdest thing. Like, we're at this. So my cousins, first of all, on this side are like way older than me. So like 6 to 8 years older. And granted, that's not that old, but it's like when you're a kid, it is. So you know. But so they moved to Minneapolis, and then, you know, obviously they're getting married, and I'm young. I'm in my 20s or whatever. Go up there from the wedding, and it's like their inside jokes because it's like their college friends, and they're like, "Oh, remember that time, Bill? You know?" And you're just like, "What the fuck?" Like compared to where we lived, because we lived in Connecticut, and it's like, you know, my experience was vastly different because it'd be like, you know, I'm walking to be like, "I'm walking here," like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm walking here. And then meanwhile, my cousins are like, "Oh, hi, how's it going?" You know what I mean? It's just like, what the fuck is going on in that side of the family?
Yeah, I wish we Ohio accent's so flat.
Mine's
And even then,
southern.
they say that there's a difference between like mine and yours, and
Oh, there is. Yeah, I don't.
but
have
there's
that-
not really. I mean,
don't
a
sound
few
like
words,
it. If you heard,
few words here and there, but not really.
You heard Terry talk? Yes.
But they say the same thing. Well, I mean, Haley Stevens doesn't count as a Michigan accent, but they say
I hear it in Mel's voice sometimes.
they say that because we're like the Toledo area, we have a Michigan accent more than they think that we have an Ohio accent.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
So it's like a twang, kind of like I have a little twang whenever, every so often. I know I sound like a hillbilly sometimes when we're on the group chat. I already know. It's fine. But like, you know, every now and again when the way like Mel will, when she talks, it's like it's a little bit more like, you know, I was going, like, it's just, I don't know, it's like, it's hard to say. It's not Minnesotan, it's different. But it's still very like northern American white people. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, where here it's like mine's more like not as hillbilly as Appalachia, but it's like a little, it's like toned down Appalachia. Cause like they still say like warsh and shit down here. Like they'll be like, you know, I was taking that up there and gonna do the warsh. I'm like, okay, are we in Sling Blade? Like, what the fuck? Like,
My mom says worse.
yeah. Well, it's an Indiana thing too. So like, it's there's a lot of overlap. You know what I mean? But where in southern Ohio, like you get closer to Appalachia, you start to get more of that southern twang. Like, but there's certain phrases that like we say here that I'm like, I know that they think I'm some sort of fucking hillbilly. Because it's like, I don't know, you know, like just shit like that. That's like, I mean, I know I'm well, Blaine's more south, but she's from Ohio, so I'm the only southern one really, as far, you know, in that group. Oh, Alex. He's in
I was like, Alex is in Texas, which is
Yes.
geographically.
But I'm talking that corridor that no one wants to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I like accents, and I just think that we sound flat compared to like most places. But like, I love like my aunt and uncle and cousins live in Tennessee, and like listening to them talk, or anybody from like New Orleans and like Louisiana area, or like
Creole is a whole different ballgame.
I
That's
love the
so
Creole
hard
act.
to
Like,
understand sometimes. Yeah, but it's cool.
it's
though.
not if you know French.
Well, yeah, but trying to explain what Ramon is saying on the what is it, the Princess and the Frog, to my child who's never heard Creole, she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Like, why is she talking like that, Mommy? Because that's how they sound in New Orleans. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good time. Like, but those ones I could get behind listening to people. But I mean, I honestly feel that way about I don't even know where she lives. I think she's CJ from Arkansas.
Who?
CJ Cargirl.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Is it Arkansas?
I think so. Arkansas.
Like her
or-
accent's great. Like I could listen to her chat all day.
Yeah, I think so.
Also,
Or like, this is Carol. She's the one that.
Yeah.
She's from Arkansas. Well, I'm gonna have to probably hop off here soon. I'm getting pretty freaking tired. I gotta go to work in the morning.
It's past my bedtime too. It's all good. And plus my dogs are like my Dane's very mad that I'm not upstairs. That's the pacing and aggravating everybody else. All the other dogs. But she's so big that it's not just a small little gallop across her or a peek around a corner. Like her normal walking sounds like a herd of elephants most of the time. So it's just so funny. Like they're so big and doofy.
Oh shoot, dang. There was a lot of the tornado situation was kind of that's sketchy as fuck. Apparently gosh.
My sister-in-law said that it's good to see us live. Finally, she reinstalled TikTok just for us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thanks, Sarah. I will get the other episodes uploaded soon.
You know what?
in
I
the
didn't put up the last one again. God damn
Yeah,
it,
I gotta
you
get
guys
the.
suck.
I missed last week because of us being on vacation, so if I didn't get it on Spotify, but I'm gonna get it done tomorrow, both of them up, so we should have back to back. So give you something to listen to and listen to us bullshit and canter more often. And
Yeah. And I'm so sorry that the last episode is not on Substack. The one previous is. I'm sorry, Shar, because it's really only Shar that listens to them, but that's okay.
but yeah, we'll have the Substack, and then when you put it on Substack, it automatically goes to YouTube. So the YouTube's probably not up either, then, huh?
Not the full episode, but the clips are. The clips are.
Okay.
Yeah, because
We'll
the,
get
the
all of
clip
it.
thing I can just upload to everything.
Yes, we'll get everything back up and running normally and back into a smooth, but we'll be back. Barring anything weird in the world happens, we might throw a fancy limited edition It Happened episode.
Mm-hmm.
But if not,
Yeah,
there'll
when
be...
that happens, we will be live whenever that happens, unless we physically cannot get to. Like I can't go live at work, but.
Right.
But afterwards, yes. So.
But yeah, if not, then it'll be Tuesday, usually around 8:30ish, and then until we stop talking for the night. So
I'm trying to keep it around 3 hours because otherwise we're just gonna sail through credits on our clip maker. But whatever.
yeah, we'll get there.
Just 5 more. It's okay.
We'll get there.
Oh yeah, yep. But we'll keep an eye on what's going on in Wisconsin. And,
Yep, I'll keep an eye on the race. Right now, it looks like Hong's in the lead, but
It looks
it doesn't look. It's very razor thin, so we'll keep everything. And actually, a couple other sites are saying different numbers by like
saying.
39.8 for Crawley and 39.68 for Hong. So not the same. So I mean, they're neck and neck. Honestly, they're like 1,000 votes or less apart, and have been most of the night. So I'll keep an eye on it for as long as my eyeballs will let me. And
Yeah, I feel you. Because my eyeballs are already like, bitch, you're done. But
yeah, I know. I'm like about to move to Michigan. My sister-in-law lives in Michigan, and they got Saeed in.
yeah,
So
I know. I need to move to a place that's blue-ish, possibly.
yeah,
That isn't the armpit of America.
yes, come move here. I know Mel would love us to live in Michigan too.
No, that would be fun.
Mel lives way up over in comparison. They live not too far away from, like maybe 45 minutes away from where I live. So only like 5 hours for you.
Oh, great. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's like the one time I was like, how? Mel was like, I need a particular type of adult candy when she was not feeling well. And then I remember I was like, I Googled it to see how far. 6.5 hours. I was like, it's a hard no, bud. Like, I'm not coming up there. Nah. That's a long drive. So.
Yeah. That's one of those days we're gonna have to we'd have to literally daisy chain it. Like
Yeah. No, but we should plan. Like, we should have like a weekend where we find like what's in the middle, and then we all just find like an Airbnb situation and just hang out.
Yeah.
Like, what would be the middle? I don't even know what the middle would be. Probably Cleveland.
It wouldn't be middle for me because the middle for you guys is me,
Is it?
pretty much.
You're kidding me. Where is she living?
Midland.
I don't know where that is. I was supposed to move there at some point because my dad worked for Dow Chemical in Midland, Michigan. Well, I mean, it was centered there, but I'll look it up. But anywho,
Yeah. It's like here on the palm.
oh wow, I didn't think it was that far up.
Yeah. And then I'm here, and then you're down here. So like I'm like the middle.
So really, it's me that's going to be doing all the driving. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're trying to tell me there, bud?
No, we don't have to do it that way. We can go anywhere.
We could, but I don't want to fly anywhere because I don't trust that shit show. That's the other thing too. When they were talking about that, I was like, do we really want to fly? There's going to be gamers as air traffic
Right.
controllers. Do we really want to fly? 'Cause I don't think so. I don't.
Sarah says the middle would probably be like Fremont or Findlay.
How far is that? Oh, that's way up north. Well, I mean, I know I'm going to have to go way up north, but
You say it like it's polarizing winds. It's a
no,
That's what
I'm
I
just saying. Like, I'm trying to think about how. I mean, I did live in Connecticut. It's not like it's that far. No, I'm just trying to judge where the middle.
We just call it even. We all just go to Mansfield and go take a day trip to the reformatory,
that works for me.
which is
Fine.
kind of out of the way for Mel a little bit, but
Oh,
it'll be
is it?
fine.
Oh.
No, it'll. I mean, Finland. I mean, it's probably like an extra hour. I mean, at that
no, we can
point,
do
like what?
Finley. That's not that far. That's not bad.
Come on, you can come.
I was totally thinking it was way up by like Youngstown. So I was like,
Mans?
that's far. No, I thought Finley was.
Oh, no. I mean, Finley's. No, not that far up. Not even close. Finley's like between you and me, middle.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I thought it was over the other way. Over by Cleveland. I don't know why. I don't know why I assumed that. I don't really know Northern Ohio geographics as well because I've only been through there a couple times. Mostly to drive to Connecticut.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not missing a much. I mean, the corn from here and the corn between my house and your house is probably the same
It's all
corn.
the same corn, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, Hamilton County is exciting, but I mean, Columbus is okay, but the rest of it's kind of. Youngstown, we're not missing anything. Akron is the tire fire capital of the world.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, there's not really. I mean, we still live in Ohio. It's still
I know. I mean,
6 of one, half another.
You know, it's bad when like the cities are like ours. Well, I guess the only worst is like Indiana with only having one major city. That would be worse. Because Fort Wayne and Evansville ain't shit compared to Columbus and Cincinnati. I mean, Cleveland and Cincinnati. But, anywho, I don't know, but we should float the idea. Yeah,
Michigan
we
is-
know. We already know.
I mean,
It's not my fault that my German immigrant ancestors came fucking here. I don't know.
I think
Go to Michigan.
for the stress of what Ohio's worth, it's not. But I think Sarah would enjoy a trip in the Cincinnati area, but not for much longer than that. Just because the
Cincinnati-
architecture's kind of cool and stuff like that. But
low key gorgeous. People have no idea, but it's really pretty.
to live back in Ohio, I wouldn't. And especially with your kids, I wouldn't live in Ohio. I wouldn't do that to my
Oh,
nibblings
Cincy
that
is
way.
great. Yes, it is.
See?
You're damn Skippy. No, it's cool. That's the one thing. Like Cincinnati is so different than the rest of Ohio that I personally, yeah, kids aren't safe there. I know. I mean, I have one that I watch like a fucking hawk, but yeah, it's Cincinnati is just so vastly different than the rest of it, and I think that's, to me, I like living here because there's a direct line to my ancestry, but at the same time I can visit that just the same. So I'm kind of done.
If you miss your German upbringing, we can just take you to Frankenmuth. It'll be fine.
Oh, I would love that. Yes, I would love
See,
that.
and you can just chocolate, and it'll be fine.
would. No, I would have to find an Oktoberfest though.
There's
That's
Oktoberfest in Michigan.
not the biggest one in the country like we have.
No, but I mean,
Oktoberfest is like, I nerd the fuck out for Oktoberfest. You haven't even seen me in Oktoberfest mode. It's pretty rough.
no, I haven't. But I'm sure we can make it up for in other ways.
It's it's a good Oktoberfest if I'm drunk and drinking it and fucking swimming in that fucking fountain, then you know it's good. Yeah, although they did move it to Sawyer Point, so but yeah, I love Celtic Fest. That's the other side of the family.
It'd still be fun.
It would be fun, but Oktoberfest just, I don't know. It's a little different, but
As long as we don't have, I mean, no offense to any of our listeners, but as long as we don't have to go to Flint, we should be okay. Anywhere else in Michigan would be pretty much fun.
yeah.
I mean, they have reservations and everything. You get real crazy, you can go up to the UP. There's like 5-story bookstores in Detroit. There's everything you've ever wanted to see in Ann Arbor. And much, much more.
Well, let's just have to figure it out when works for all three of us to hang out in Michigan somewhere. Because we'll end up in Michigan, we won't end up here. And it'll be me that's going to have to drive all the way up there with me. I have to rent a car.
Well, not really. You could just drive to my house. I'll drive from my house to Michigan. How's that?
Well, I still need to rent a car. My Jeep ain't going to make it to Toledo or Michigan, so... I mean, it probably would make it, but it's not worth it.
And there's probably not even, I was going to, and no, because you don't even feel comfortable doing that. I was like, is there a puddle jumper that will get you from the Cincy airport, which is in Cincinnati, I know, but to Toledo airport? Because that's like a hop, skip, and a jump.
I just fly to Detroit. I don't know how far Detroit is from Mel. I'd have to look it up. I don't know.
It's closer to me than Mel. Detroit Metro is like an hour and a half. That's where we fly out of.
I could fly into Detroit. You pick me up and we go to wherever the fuck.
Yeah, and Detroit Metro is much cheaper. There's a lot of concerts in that area too, but that's where we fly out of for work. So I always drive up to Michigan or fly out of Michigan to go to work.
I was just saying for the purposes of the group chat, because they were all like, we should go here, we should go there. I'm like, do we really want to fly? Like,
well, no, and the places that they mentioned, most of them are not safe for us anyway.
Oh, yeah, for us. Yeah, no. That's true. Although the Outer Banks, we probably could be okay, but... Then again,
Yeah.
I do miss the ocean, but at the same time, I was like,
If I'm flying to go to the ocean, it's going to be somewhere super safe. Like, we're going to Cali.
okay, yeah, or Washington State. Or Oregon. Go see my brother. He lives in Seattle. It's fine. We just go visit there.
I mean, I've always wanted to go to Seattle just to say that I have been, because I haven't,
Oh,
but...
it's gorgeous. If you like the outdoors, that's the place to go.
I mean, I don't.
Okay, you don't like the outdoors?
I mean, I like to see it, but I guess it depends
that's even
on...
better, because you can just pull right up to Mount Rainier, and the best shot that you'll get is from the fucking parking lot. And I can tell you, because here it is. Oh no! That's Mount Rainier.
Oh. I like it. What I can see when it blends.
I know. I'll take a picture of it, send it to you. Actually, I can probably dig up the real picture. But I will do that in a minute, because I'm going to hop off here, because I am A2. What's A2? Best for the Alphabet Mafia.
Ann Arbor.
Oh yeah, Ann Arbor's fine. You can go there.
Ann Arbor's fun. We
Yeah,
do
let's go
day trips in
there.
Ann Arbor.
Is that far
Uh,
for everybody, or I have no idea? I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Like,
It's far.
close.
It's farthest for you, regardless of where we go in Michigan. But Ann Arbor's not far at all. We go to Ann Arbor pretty frequently. I say that like we used to go more often than we do now. It's just because of life, but it's not bad. It's like I don't know, like an hour and a half drive or something like that. Depends on who's driving. If Missy's driving, we can
I have
get
a
there in like
cousin that lives
28
in
minutes.
Ann Arbor, but I don't know how. I don't know. She works at U of M.
Yeah, they have a lot of. Yes, the big hospital is there, but there's got. I mean, it.
Oh, she's not in.
There's tons
she's,
of shit to
She
do.
works at University of Michigan. She's works in the admissions department, or.
Oh, okay.
But she's like the head of one of the business admissions for like one of the business schools.
Did Bro decide on going back to school? Bro's the oldest. I went to the graduation like a couple weeks ago. It feels like a couple weeks ago. It was like a month.